Yeah, the sun's burning fog off the Tennessee. The Vawls Navy's making waves, and it's orange they bleed. Vawls Nation's tailgating, and they're raring to go. Yeah, when Nealon gets to rocking, it's a hell of a show. And man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find the checkerboard. The big orange is back, it's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud, send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact the big orange is back. Big orange is back. Got Rocky Top rocking on.
All right, Corbin, we're live, baby.
We alive.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Vawls Deep podcast. First live show. How bad we going to screw this up, Corbin?
It could be pretty bad. It could be pretty good. I don't know. We'll find it out.
We're trying to figure out how to see all of our comments here. Hey, what's up?
We're like out of view on TikTok. Like,
No, there ain't no way to fix it. We're going to be messing everything up.
Scoot on over.
Well, we just got done talking with, we was about to start earlier, but we just got done talking to Craig Colquitt, Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steelers, the father of Dustin and Britton Colquitt. Great careers at Tennessee, all of them. Dustin was a Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs. Great legacy at Tennessee. Let's see. I can't figure out the comments.
For Facebook,
Yeah.
make 2 tabs. Like, make a separate tab and then just pick it up and scroll it over, and you have 2 separate screens.
Well, it was showing. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
We good?
I think we're good.
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Go big or go home, baby. You nervous?
I do NASCAR live shows all the time. I think I'll be all right.
We are professionals, Corbin.
Morgan County today. Check them out.
We're at the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase today. That's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Address is 410 Parkway. That's 410 Parkway in Pigeon Forge. Admission is free. We got some big things going on today. Current players: Tennessee running back Dylan Sampson, Tennessee volleyball player Abby Eckler, also daughter of Coach Eckler, who's a special teams coach and outside linebackers coach. Tennessee basketball standout DJ Jefferson is here, and he might be joining us shortly. Tennessee running back Jalen Wright is here. Former players Craig Colquitt, Billy Ratliff, Chip McCollum, Gerald Riggs Jr., Jarvis Rito, Troy Fleming. Basketball player, NBA player, Vincent Yarbrough's here. Ricky Townsend's here. John Edwards here. Loaded list.
Loaded list, all autographs, pictures is $10 a person. You can come also get some pretty neat collectibles here. Like, I've already went over and bought me a Tom Brady Funko Pop.
I left my wallet in the car.
Well, before we get out of here, I better need to go do the same.
Yeah, there's a lot of sports cards, helmets from any team you can think of. Obviously, autographs from current and former players. We got a big giveaway today, Corbin.
That we do.
We're going to do a giveaway on our live, if we can figure out the comment section, and we're also going to do a giveaway for a drawing here. For the drawing here, we're going to Tennessee hat, Topps Chrome MLB cards, 2 koozies, Tennessee bracelet, first edition, 1891 Tennessee playing cards, some decals, a Tony Vitello decal. We're giving away a baseball signed by Kirby Connell, Andrew Lindsay, Carvis Tears, Austin Jaslove, Kobe Backus, and Jacob Bimby. And then for the online giveaway, We're giving away 2 volunteer club koozies, Tony Vitello decal, Tony Vitello signed baseball volunteer club decal. Also another pack of first edition Tennessee football cards, a hat, a pack of Panini Select draft pick cards, a Vawls Daddy decal. Pretty good giveaway, Corbin.
Pretty good giveaway. I mean, the women would be all over that with Tony Vitello on there.
Oh, yeah. I bet they're already hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered. That's all I see on Snapchat. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, you've never watched a baseball game in your life, but you're sitting watching because of Tony Vitello.
And we're going to break down a lot of things today. But first, we're going to talk about how about our Tennessee baseball team, man?
Man, we play LSU tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm nervous. I think LSU, I think we'll beat them, but it's Wake Forest that worries me the most.
Oh, really? You're already looking ahead.
I'm looking ahead, and that's bad to say. Yeah, that is bad to say.
Hey, what's up, Ethan? Man, I'm nervous, but I love it. I love this team. I love that we're finding ourselves early. We'll talk about them a little bit more, the Fighting Vitello baseball team, in just a moment.
We already got LSU fans in the comments.
LSU fans doubt it. Wake Forest or Stanford. Yeah, we're on TikTok too. We couldn't get TikTok to work on our streaming device, so we're having to do TikTok separate. We're going to break down ESPN's preseason top 25 power rankings. Where do they have Tennessee? We're going to talk about the new college football rules, which we hate pretty much, I believe.
I'm not a big fan of the new rules, but we'll get into that later.
We're going to talk about a punishment. I believe our viewers that keep up with us are going to like that talk. We're going to talk Tennessee's SEC opponents in 2024, a lot of big changes. We have much more to talk about as well. We might just break the city ordinance in Pigeon Forge tonight, Corbin.
We might do. Hey, Tennessee baseball going on. We may just do it.
We might just do it.
Find the old boy down the road.
They might have to run us out of the convention center up here. But we'll be right back after a message from our great sponsors. Big Orange Concrete Pumping. They can accommodate any residential or commercial concrete project that you may have in mind. They have one of the biggest line pumps in the state. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they're waiting on your phone call today. Their number is 865-371-3367. Whether you're pumping noise and kneeling or pumping concrete, make sure you roll with the Big Orange. That's Big Orange Concrete Pumping, 865-371-3367. Maxed Out Gym is hands down the best gym in East Tennessee. Located in Oak Ridge, locally owned and operated by Ryan Carson. Listen, this gym is not your normal big chain gym. 24/7 access, child care, nutrition plans, private training rooms, and their personal trainers are truly first class. We're not talking about John Doe across the street who spent a few hours taking an online course and then printed his certificate. They offer the best classes in the area and even host big-time powerlifting competitions. For my power lifters, you have to experience the back room. There's no words to describe it, you just have to experience it. That's Maxed Out Gym. If you're having second thoughts about changing gyms, canceling that membership, going through the hassle, I know you've seen the picture of me and Coach Heupel together when I got to show him his face on my leg. Have you seen the thunder thighs on the Vawls Daddy? You don't get thighs like that by not going to Maxed Out Gym. It's time to throw away the Gold membership, throw away the Planet Fitness membership, throw away the National Fitness membership, and it's time to join Maxed Out Gym. Check them out on Facebook. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawls Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find a checkerboard. The big orange is back. It's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud. Send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact the Big Orange is back on track. Coach Hyper, where you at? Getting it done, having fun. Power team #1. Y'all better get used.
All right, and we're back. We've got a pretty decent delay, but the comment section is working. We appreciate everybody on YouTube and Facebook so far. I seen that, James, where Peyton was at the game, wearing the same hat that he wore last year, drinking him a beer.
What a man. What a man.
For those of you just joining, this is our first official live show. We have no idea really what we're doing, but we're just doing it, Corb.
Hey, we're going with the flow. Let's do it.
We got a pretty big crowd here. Got a few people standing around checking us out, checking Corbin out.
Always.
Corbin signed a few autographs, taking pictures with the ladies.
You damn right.
If you like what you see, 13 Rogers C is what you're looking for.
Yep.
If you like this man over here,
You can follow that on Twitter, Instagram, anything.
anything. OnlyFans, he's kind of stingy with that. He's gonna make you work to get that OnlyFans username.
Yeah, you got to work for that OnlyFans. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but let's talk about Tennessee baseball. So exciting. I mean, it's just exciting to be a Tennessee Vol right now. Unlike most fan bases, we've been excited in literally every single sport, both men's and women's, all year.
For me, a couple years ago with the Atlanta Braves, I loved the Atlanta Braves. Fan since a little kid. Watched about every Atlanta Braves game since I've been 10 years old. And when they was in the World Series last year, going through the playoffs and everything, made the World Series, you talking about going through hell. I was going through hell. and now I'm doing the same thing with Tennessee baseball because we have a legit chance. We're down the last 8 teams. We have a legit chance to become the champions of college baseball.
Swimming, golf, underwater basket weaving, man, it's just great to be a Tennessee fan. We're the only school in America to win a New Year's Six Bowl. Both men and women basketball go to the Sweet 16, and both men and women baseball and softball team go to the College World Series.
And we always beat Clemson. What y'all doing out there, Clemson? I thought you was some big old powerhouse school, you know.
Own Clemson, we own Texas. Tennessee's the real UT. Tennessee baseball plays LSU tonight, 6 o'clock Central Time. LSU is 48-15 on the season. Tennessee is 43-20 on the year. The winner of that game will advance to play the winner of Wake Forest and Stanford. Wake Forest is the betting favorite the last time I looked.
Wake is good, but I will say I am more confident this year in Tennessee winning a championship in baseball than I was last year. I mean, last year, yeah, we were scoring 30 runs a game and winning, 25, 30 wins in a row. And we had we never got, put in the dirt. We were just confident all the time. This year, we went through a tough stretch. Our players have realized, hey, we got to play if we're going to do something. And it don't hurt to go through a tough stretch. That's helped us out a lot, I think.
Yeah, I want to talk about a roller coaster, man. This year for Tennessee, it's just been rough. Going back to the first of the year, we were first. We're LSU and us. That's what everybody was talking about, and we play LSU. We don't play very good. Missouri embarrasses us. The first series in SEC play. We sweep Texas A&M. LSU, beginning of the year, the first one we lost 5-2. The second one we lost 6-4. Then we won the third 7-14. So we're ready for Tennessee, LSU, round 2. I think they kind of just mimicked, last year's team too much in the beginning. But none of this matters now. What matters is, they did find themselves, and they found themselves at the right time.
That they did. We got to get the bats going, though. Get the bats going and do smart pitching decisions.
Yeah. So the tournament bracket goes like this, and then we'll get to some of our comments. TCU and Oral Roberts played last night. Oral Roberts come out there, and then we got Florida, Virginia. Virginia really blew that game, and and Florida took that one. So Wake Forest, Stanford play today at 1 o'clock, and then we've got TCU, Virginia in the losers bracket. And then, of course, we play LSU tonight. Let's see, Ricky Wayne, glad to see your D&M Fence Company sponsorship. Great work and service. Thank you, Ricky. Hey, Kim. Big Diesel Devin, thanks, man. Thanks for watching. So how you feeling about our chances right now tonight?
Tonight, I'm confident. I'm really confident. If we get the bats going, but we can't make no mistakes on the outfield.
Yeah, I agree. I'm confident. I'm really not trying to look through, orange-colored glasses, but this team is hot, and they have, the best pitching staff in the country. At one point, we were like first in errors in the SEC, but we've cleaned that up. We're confident. We've got our mojo back. Tony's confident. He's calm. He's collective. As long as our bats ain't cold, we're going to be just fine, I believe.
I believe so, too. But Tennessee way is we play from behind ourselves.
Yeah, we do, and I don't know. We need to rattle LSU's pitcher pretty early, in my opinion. Do the base Vawls win tonight, Corbin?
Yes.
Got a yes. I got a yes, too. Devin says he's really – Corbin's taking more pictures. Devin says he really enjoys listening to the podcast. Y'all are killing it. Thank you, Dev. I really do appreciate it, man. Comments like that help a lot. So Tennessee has some pretty big changes for the 2024 season with their SEC scheduling. I know that some of y'all are thinking, why are you talking about 2024? But
it's a big change.
It's a big change, and for the ones that keep up with it, like the little details and the factors, and to make it into the playoffs and kind of extending the season, it is a big deal. The first main factor is the Tennessee-Alabama rival stays the same. We may not get the third week of October. I hope we do, but at least we have the game.
It's a lot to comprehend. I mean, it's an all-new, pretty much college football starting next year. SEC is going to one solid division. It's going to be tough winning a SEC championship with one solid division. No more East and no more West. I'm not really a fan of it, but I understand it. But
yeah, I mean, I love that we're keeping the rival. This one has to stay, in my opinion. Just the tradition to this rival has to stick. The second,
you're talking about Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay. For Alabama being third Saturday in October, if it is not third Saturday in October, that's kind of disappointing.
You're gonna be upset?
I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, I want to keep it third week, but at least we got it at least. But I do agree.
We have to play Alabama every year. Like, Alabama is one of the teams, and we will talk about the West coming up, but they are one of the teams that is a legit rivalry game. And there's so many Alabama fans in the state of Tennessee that I just want to beat their ass.
Facebook's gonna put us. I'm just kidding. So the second big thing is Coach Heupel. He's going to return to his alma mater, a place he played at, a place he won a national championship at, a place that he was a Heisman Trophy runner-up at. He went back to coach for a stint. This matchup is going to be massive when Tennessee goes to Oklahoma.
I can't wait to go to Oklahoma. Just show them what an SEC party is, like a Tennessee SEC party is. And Oklahoma does not know what to expect. But I will say this game's been a pretty good while in the making, because we played them back-to-back years, 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
Lost both times, but heartbreaking losses, but we wanted more as a fan base. Like, we felt like, and I felt like, we could actually beat Oklahoma at that time if we was given another chance.
In 2015, we really just screwed that whole game up.
Yeah.
That was. So, I'm still not over that one.
So this is almost on the board of a rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it. Coach Heupel adds a lot to it. So
Yeah, I think it's huge. Like you said, looks like we're going to Norman, Oklahoma. It'd be a fun trip. Coach talk says, one game at a time, but you can't tell me that a competitive person like Josh Heupel does not have this game scheduled already. And it's going to be, he got fired at Oklahoma as a coach, and he was basically the fall guy for Stoops. So, I mean, there's a lot of bad blood there. To me, it's going to be fun seeing Hype and Nico win in Norman, Oklahoma. The next change is Tennessee's going to add Arkansas to the schedule. It will be a road game for the Vawls.
I'm okay with Arkansas. I mean, I'll be honest. I accept Arkansas more than I do South Carolina. Arkansas seems more of a fit than South Carolina's always been just a weird game to me, in a way. Just late in the season, it's South Carolina.
It's recently kind of become a rival.
It recently has, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, I know.
Growing up as a kid, it's like, we're playing South Carolina this week.
Until Spurrier went there, to me, it really didn't mean anything, but it was sweet.
Even when he was there, I don't
know. To me, it was sweet when Spurrier was there, just because. We basically sent him into retirement.
I never had the feel for any South Carolina game, even when Spurrier was there.
It's one thing's for sure. There's going to be a lot of feelings when they come to Neyland this year.
Oh, that's gonna be a wild game this year. Probably the second biggest party in Neyland and Knoxville that night's gonna be South Carolina.
Yeah, I like the Tennessee Arkansas game. It kind of used to be like a little bit of a rival, back in the day. Arkansas had some really good teams. I like Coach Pittman. I think the worst part about this is just having to travel west, but I'm all for it. The Florida rival continues per usual.
I'm glad. Just like Alabama, Florida is when you think of Tennessee football, you think of three teams, and there's Alabama and then there's Florida.
Yeah, I'm not super surprised, but just a little surprised. I thought that we was going to lose this one. Just a feeling. I'm good with it. Let's beat up on them while they're down. It's time for Tennessee to start their own streak.
What's all them Florida fans? Real quick, where's all them Florida fans? All you Florida fans out there, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 years ago, I love Florida. They're the greatest thing of all time. And then,
sorry, technical difficulties.
But
where are you at, Robin Shelton?
But all them Florida fans, everybody was a Florida fan there forever.
Yeah.
And you don't hear nobody be a Florida fan now because they jumped off the bandwagon and jumped somebody else. And a lot of them jumped over to Tennessee. They're like, I'm a new Tennessee fan.
He's calling you out, Spanky.
Where is Spanky?
Yeah, I heard he's getting married this weekend.
I heard he was in jail.
I heard he's having a baby this weekend.
Oh, Spanky, you doing all kinds of things this weekend.
He's a jack of all trades. Tennessee and Georgia, a topic we kind of disagree on. It's a game I definitely thought we would lose, but it's still in play.
I'm glad we still got Georgia, just because, when it comes to the college football playoffs and the rankings at the end of the season, if we compete with Georgia and we lose, if we're very close, we're going to be in the topic conversation. If we beat Georgia, definitely. We want to beat the big pair teams to show that we deserve to be in the conversation to go to the college football playoff. That's the way I see it. Now, when you get injured and you go through them, you got to play Georgia, Alabama, and all these teams in order, I understand. But I'd rather play Georgia knowing I have a better resume when it comes down to at the end of the season than not.
Yeah, I really didn't care which one we lost, but from an analyst type view, I don't know. I just kind of want what's best for the team. I want to stay healthy. You've got the Ohio States and even Georgia the last few years. They don't play anybody, and then they're fresh. They're ready to go. From a fan standpoint, yeah. I want all the big games they'll throw at me. I don't know. I just want to stay healthy. and I'm just sick of us getting beat up all year. And then, like last year, we were playing walk-ons against Alabama. They got the job done, but Tennessee should not have to do that. I don't know if Tennessee, like if we wasn't going to a 12-game playoff, I would probably be very upset. But with Georgia on the schedule, Tennessee can still go to the playoffs, with it going to a 12-team. But I'll tell you who don't care, though. That's Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
He don't care. Put whoever in front of him. He's strap him up, baby, and beat the vacuum cleaner in Georgia.
We got some TikTok.
Got some comment. Ride or die, Florida.
Ride or die, Florida. Well, if you're a legit Florida fan and you've stuck with them, I will respect that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just to the people that just like goes from team to team to team to team. That aggravates me so much, and that's for any sport.
Jamie says Mud Dog is gonna kick some names and take some ass. Waterboy quote.
I watched that movie the other day.
Kimberly says South Carolina became a rival when Spurrier showed up there, and I agree with that. That's whenever I really started caring about it, just because I loved getting to beat Spurrier. But the next change, Tennessee adds Mississippi State to the schedule. The Bulldogs come to Neyland.
I like Mississippi State. I ain't got much to say about it. They're going to come Neyland. We're going to beat. We got to be censored on Facebook, so. But we're going to beat that butt.
Yeah, it's a good change. I wish Mike Leach was there, though. Imagine the offensive showdown between Josh Heupel and Mike Leach.
Yes, Mike Leach.
No, they were very good friends. Leach coached Heupel at Oklahoma. I don't know. The greats always leave us too soon, so I don't know. But I do like the Mississippi State matchup. Tennessee and Kentucky, the rival stays the same. The invisible beer barrel continues.
We need that thing back.
Yeah, we need it back. It should have been kept, but I did see where Kroger Field is selling alcohol this year.
Are they really?
They are, so maybe.
Georgia's still behind on the times.
Georgia is very behind.
I'll tell you who's got all the times caught up, and that's Missouri. If you ever go to a Missouri football game up in Missouri, you don't even have to go and stand in line to order a beer. You scan a QR code, you pay with your phone, and you walk up and you tell them your name and show them your phone, they hand you a beer to you.
Is that just because they don't have any fans, or is their system just that good?
Both.
Both.
I love it. Tennessee needs to adopt something like that, honestly. I'm tired of standing in beer line for 30 minutes.
Tennessee, South Carolina, kind of talked about that already, but it's going to end in 2024. Like I said, it was just getting good, but we're going to see what happens this year. I don't know. I kind of wish we kept this and dropped Georgia personally. I know a lot of people's not going to like that, but from a health standpoint, I do. But we're going to get to see, as Big Diesel mentioned, we're going to see Heupel bend Shane Beamer over, and it's going to be awesome. We lose Missouri. Any thoughts?
What, losing Missouri?
Yeah.
It's Missouri. Easy. I wish we kept them just because it's an easy win.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really care about Missouri. I'm glad that we don't have to travel up to that hellhole anymore, though.
I am so glad. Like, that is... nobody understands what it's like going to Missouri until you go to Missouri for a Tennessee football game. And you go, like, state to state to state to state with the interstate. And it's like, what are we doing over here?
James Isbell says he can't believe Tennessee messed up multiple chances to hire Mike Leach. I agree with that. Me and Jamie, who's commenting on the YouTube channel, we used to work together, good friends, and we were fired up for the Mike Leach hire, and then I don't know, just horrible higher ups. There would have been pirate ships in Neyland Stadium, in the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
So overall thoughts on these changes the SEC made for 2024.
It's gonna be interesting being one division, and I don't know what to expect. It's gonna be a dogfight for that SEC title because it's no longer like 7 teams on East and the West side. You're gonna add 2 more teams. It's gonna be 16 total teams fighting for the top 2 spots go for the SEC championship.
Yeah, the SEC, they done better than what I thought they would, honestly. It was great that they made, each SEC team, either Texas or Oklahoma, that they're going to play each other. I thought that was very good. I love that Georgia actually has a schedule in 2024, and Tennessee isn't. I mean, look at Georgia's schedule this year. Tennessee's the only competition they play, so I love that. Georgia also plays Clemson in 2024. So
do they?
Yes,
I didn't know
so
that.
So bring it on. I hope that the Kirby train's about to die. Like I said, my only complaint personally is I wish that we lost Georgia or Florida, but I'm okay overall. Who do you think got it worst?
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt
got it worst. I actually have the teams wrote down for that. Let me see right here. Yeah, Vanderbilt has to play Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Texas, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Missouri. And for Vanderbilt, that is brutal. They said that they went by winning percentages for the past 10 years to match people up. And I looked at that and I was like, what did Vanderbilt do to them?
Yeah, that's kind of – I got Vandy on my list. I think Bama got it really bad. Auburn and Georgia, they do come to their place. And they got Missouri and USC Junior, which really don't matter. But they've got to go on the road to LSU. They've got to go on the road to Oklahoma. They've got to go on the road to Tennessee. And they've got basically a home game with Vanderbilt. I thought that was notable, but not just from an SEC standpoint, but, like pure SEC games, but from an overall standpoint, Florida in 2024 has the worst schedule of anybody. And because, all right, Kentucky comes to their place, LSU comes to their place, Ole Miss comes to their place, Texas A&M comes to their place. They go to Mississippi State. They have to go to Georgia. They have to come to Neyland Stadium. And they have to go to Texas. Aside from that, they've got Miami. They've got UCF, which is no joke. UCF's a great football team. And then they've got Florida State. So the only easy game for Florida in 2024 is Sanford.
Like Sanford, Georgia?
Yeah.
The Bulldogs.
The real Bulldogs. Man, 2024 will be Billy Napier's last season in Gainesville. Mark it down. He might not even make it all the way through 2024.
I don't know if he makes it through this year, the way it's looking.
I don't either. So, who do you think got the easiest schedule?
I put Arkansas, but it was tough making the easiest schedule because SEC did make it fair. I mean, it wasn't like they gave everybody like a good team or a bad team altogether. They made it pretty fair, so I'll give them that. But I put Arkansas. I mean, they got to play Texas A&M, Missouri, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, Tennessee. At the moment, some mid teams, but by this time next year, it could be completely different for Auburn because Auburn's always an up and down team. You don't know. Auburn may be trash this year. Next year, they may be the best team ever.
Right. Yeah, I think for me, Texas A&M got by the easiest. They play Missouri, they play Texas, Arkansas, and LSU at home. They go to Auburn, they go to Florida, they go to Mississippi State, and they go to South Carolina. So there's no Bama, there's no Georgia, there's no Tennessee. To me, that's not bad at all. I think somebody might have bought some stock in Jimbo Fisher or something.
Poor old Jimbo. Does Jimbo make it at the end of the season? Like at the end of the year, does he got a job next year?
Like it depends if that oil money, if some of them people want to come off some of that and buy him out, I guess. I don't know.
I know he's under this massive contract, but he is tanking so bad.
They definitely helped Jimbo out, in my opinion, by giving him this 2024 schedule. check the comments. Jamie, I really want to read that comment on YouTube, but Facebook will get me in trouble for reading that. Mr. Jones, go Vawls. Thank you for the comment. Anything on TikTok?
Colin said we choked our season away.
We did do that.
We did do that against South Carolina. I ain't going to say nothing about that, but we still went 11-2, which is the best season we've had Tennessee football since we won the championship in 1998.
Yep, year 2 coach, Josh Heupel. I mean, yeah, what could have been is crazy to think that year 2 we're in the college football playoff, but I'll take it.
If you had talked to me 3-4 years ago, like any time in the past 15 years, like 11-2 season, like that's a dream.
Yeah.
And it's been a hard, long process, but we are finally getting to what we need to be.
Yeah, I agree. It's time for another short break. When we get back, we're going to talk about our live giveaways again. We're going to talk about the trivia questions for our listeners on here. We're going to do a raffle giveaway for the people who you're coming by to see us here at the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase in Pigeon Forge. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, it's the Vol Daddy. We're doing a huge giveaway for the season opener in Nashville versus Virginia. A pair of tickets, 4 rows off the field. All you have to do is join up for the volunteer club. You should already be a member, but here's your chance to join and win some tickets at the same time. The higher membership you get, the more entries you're going to get to win the tickets. Refer a friend, I'll double your chances to win. We will do the giveaway live on our show. Remember, you have to use my link. Screenshot that QR code or get on my Facebook, my TikTok, my Instagram, whatever. Join today. Go Vols. Trident Hydro Clean. Your exterior home cleaning professionals. House, roof, driveway, concrete, gutters, and much more. Trident Hydro Clean. 865-363-8815. They've been in business for 5 years, and they have a 5-star Google rating and a 5-star Facebook rating. Call Jacob today. Give your house, driveway, and or patio the care it deserves. 100% satisfaction guarantee. See the difference between a professional and amateur cleaning. That's 865-363-8815.
Do you have dreams about what your property could be? Whether it's driveways, ponds, septic, new home construction, or even forestry mulching, let us earn your business and make your property dreams come true. Call Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for supporting small businesses that support you. Again, that's Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man here, the Spank. Like myself, D&M Fencing are the best in the business today. They can install wood, chain link, vinyl, picket, composed metal, barbed wire, heck, bring them bamboo sticks, and they can install them things for you too. D&M Fencing, do it right the first time. Their numbers are 865-435-4515 or 865-387-1026. Give my friend Ted a call today. That's D&M Fencing.
All right, we are back. We're back just like the Big Orange, baby.
Let's go.
Just like Chad from the Fairview Union, that opening song. Awesome, man. How many times do you think that we played that song at our tailgates last year?
A lot.
I love that song.
I only remember about half of them, though.
I'm not sure how it's not went viral, but I'll keep it for myself, I guess, and we'll keep it for ourselves. It's so nice of him to let us do that. Make sure y'all check out the Fairview Union. We're going to do some giveaways for the ones that are just joining. The first giveaway, we're doing a giveaway for the people that's here at the at the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase. That's going to include a Tennessee hat, some baseball cards, 2 koozies, a Tennessee bracelet, some Tennessee cards going back all the way from 1891, some decals, a Kirby Connell, Andrew Lindsay, Carvarius Tears, Austin Jaslove, Jacob Bimby, the Tennessee baseball team, signed baseball. The one that we're going to give away for our live show will be done by trivia question. The first one to comment will win it. That also includes 2 koozies, Tony Vitello decal, Volunteer Club decal, 1890 Tennessee football cards, a hat, a pack of Panini Select Draft Pick NFL cards, a Vol Daddy decal, and are you ready, Corbin? A Tony Vitello signed baseball.
That's a dang good giveaways
It's
right
pretty,
there.
pretty good giveaway to answer a question. We'll do that towards the end of the show. Let's dive right in. Let's break down ESPN's preseason top 25 power rankings for the 2023 season. We can talk about, if we like where they are, if they belong or not. Are they too high? Are they too low? Just right? And you all let us know in the comments what you all think as well. Tommy Lee Francis, thank you for joining, brother. Ethan Bradshaw, how many notes
What's up,
Corbin
Tommy?
already take? Corbin is the note taker, baby. Tony Vitello has Vol in his last name. That is a great point, Mr. Jones.
I'll bring the stats.
Okay, so number 25, ESPN top 25, Wisconsin.
I'm actually surprised, honestly, that they're ranked 25th. Usually Wisconsin starts out every year like around 10 to 15 ranked, sometimes 5 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
But they're starting out 25th. But they do have a new head coach and a new defensive coordinator that they brought in from Cincinnati. And I don't know much about Big Ten football, but I always know Wisconsin's always pretty good. They always have a good offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah, they're kind of a fundamental team. I like Wisconsin, but I'm going to say overrated right here. I know they've got a new coach, Luke Fickell. He's a good coach, but it's year number 1. They went 7-6 last year. They were 4-5 in the Big Ten last year. They do return 8 on offense, but I'm not giving them a participation trophy just because they hired Luke Fickell. I wish him the best, but I don't have him at 25.
I think Wisconsin will be okay. I mean, they brought in a transfer quarterback from SMU. He had 7,152 yards and 72 touchdowns in 3 seasons, which is not good. But the first season and a half, he didn't play.
Right.
So,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, Wisconsin is always that team in the Big Ten I'm kind of pulling for.
they're a good 3 to 4 team.
Yeah. So we'll I don't know. I like Wisconsin. I don't think that it should be given already. Number 24, our good friends up north, Kentucky.
Kentucky last year, they didn't live up to the hype. But I'm sure Mark Stoops got Kentucky going in the right direction. I will say that. Kentucky, it is not Kentucky football that Kentucky football was 10 years ago. So, I'm gonna say they finished 4th in the SECs.
That's probably pretty. I'd say 3 or 4 is probably a solid.
Them and South Carolina would determine who finished 3rd and 4th.
I agree. I'm kind of surprised by the 24 ranking, to be honest, just because the last couple years all we've seen is ESPN just drool over KY jelly. I don't know. I think they're underrated this year. I think Stoops rebounds. Now they're at their ceiling with Stoops. They're not going to be, and they are what they are. You know what I mean with Stoops. I don't know that they returned 8 on offense, 6 on defense. They brought in Devin Leary. He's a really good, really good. He was really good last year at NC State. But their offensive line is the biggest concern. I mean, I'm not a Levis fan, but he did get pretty banged up last year. So they've got to fix the offensive line. But for me, I've got them around 15 to 20.
No, I'd put Kentucky. I'm surprised they're actually ranked, to be honest with you.
Really?
To start the season.
Okay. All right then. We disagree there. And next we've got at 23. We've got UTSA.
Those giveaways.
And this is the one that. Sorry, Corbin's interacting with all of his fans. I'm just kidding.
Well, they was curious what we was doing.
I'm just aggravating you. But 23, UTSA, the Roadrunners. What have we been saying for weeks, Corbin?
I love UTSA. Like, UTSA's been a program in football since 2011, and they've done it the right way. And yeah, they're like the CUSA, but they got an undefeated record against the Big Ten Conference. And when they play other teams in like the SEC or whatever, they compete. UTSA is not a team that you throw under the bus. And their coach is actually 30-10, and he's entering his 4th season. And they would take 9 players from last year on the defense, including on the offense, quarterback Frank Harris, who last year threw for 4,063 yards and 32 touchdowns. Now, they haven't won a bowl game yet, though, and 4 bowl games. But UTSA is a real threat in college football this year. Not to win like a national championship, but you're going to be seeing UTSA a lot this year.
Yeah, I mean,
they could beat Texas.
I do agree with that. They're always sneaking up on somebody, and I'd say 75% Tennessee fans are looking at this game as just a no, like we were playing Austin Peay or something, and that's not the case. They're not a community college. I mean, they're very good, and
they're a very good college athletic program, basketball or football. Like you just said, you just don't. You look at them like, oh, we're playing Tennessee Tech this week. You look at Texas Antonio, and a lot of people look at them like that, and they'll come out and they may lose, but they're going to lose by 3 points.
Yeah.
Or they may win.
Yeah, they return a lot of players, and I like them at around 23. 22, Ole Miss.
It's kind of low for Lane Kiffin. I wonder what Lane Kiffin thinks of being 22.
I'm sure he's tweeted about it.
I'm sure he's got like 15,000 tweets going on at the moment. He's probably watching the show, like chipping at the bit. Like, I see some Tennessee show, I'm going to watch that thing right here, right now. But yeah, hell, last year they started 7-0, and then they went 1-5 to finish the rest of the season.
Yeah, they were, but the schedule was very, very weak. Like you know what I mean. The first 7 were. Like, they got their easy SEC games out of the way. But starting out last year, everybody was on the Lane train.
I will say this. They start the season this year on a tough note. They face Tulane. Tulane's no pushover.
Right. They're coming up.
They're coming up. Then they got Alabama, LSU, Arkansas. So they got some pretty tough tests starting the season off. It's not it ain't no cupcake game starting off.
Yeah, last year, 8-5 regular season, 4-4 in the SEC. But Lane Kiffin has brought in 6 new assistants. He struggles trying to recruit in NIL, but he does really good in the portal. Lane's going to put up points; he always does. But can his defense stop anyone? So I think this is about right for Ole Miss.
We got some TikTok people chiming in.
We're live on TikTok too for the ones that's just joining. So it's a separate service. We couldn't get it to stream all together.
Delia said, "Hey, go Vawls."
Go Vawls. That's what I'm talking. We got some over here too. Let me scroll up a little bit. I missed a couple.
User 39 and a bunch of numbers said, "Hey guys, it's game day." Yeah, it is game day.
It is game day.
It's a big game day.
Dalton Roberts says Mark Stoops has had Kentucky going in the right direction since he got there. Laughing emoji. That is very true. But they have improved a lot under Stoops. Ohio State and Michigan play no one all year, every year, and play each other the last week of the season. They should cross-conference schedule games one at least with the SEC and Big Ten each year. I do like that idea. And when we was talking about coaches in our pre-recorded show, that's kind of what we talked about, was we would like to see some of these big-name coaches, play an actual schedule and then see how good they are instead of just like slobbering all over Lincoln Riley and people that don't play. He got scared and left, just because they was going to come to the SEC. Tammy Rice says, "Go Vawls." On Facebook, Mr. Jones on YouTube says Tulane beat USC in their bowl game last year. Okay, number 21, North Carolina.
They got Mack Brown as a coach, and I don't hate Mack Brown. Mack Brown is a legendary college football coach. His career record in college football is on a different level. National champion with Texas.
He was unreal at Texas.
But he's at the end of his career, and and it was weird when he took the job in North Carolina, honestly. I was like, Mac Brown? Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, he's still around, like, coaching, trying to coach or something like that? Like, what's going on here? And I don't hate Mac Brown. I just think he's at the end of his career. And the thing about North Carolina football is I remember in, like, 2011, North Carolina started, like, ranked 6th in the nation. Oh, they're going to be national championship contenders, and they got in all that trouble, and then they fell out, and they won like 4 games that year. Well, then again, like 2016, 2017, 2018, something like that, North Carolina done the same thing again, started out like top 10 ranked, and then they just fell out again, and now they're starting 21 ranked. North Carolina, I just have no faith in North Carolina football at all. I know how North Carolina's going to be. It's the same thing every time. Oh, we're going to be good, and then something happens. Something happens and North Carolina falls out.
Yeah, I do agree. I agree for most of that. I really do. I think they struggle with, as the year goes on, just having the depth, But
Yeah.
Mac Brown is a great coach, and they've got Drake May, and Drake May is an unreal quarterback. 4,321 yards last season, with 38 touchdowns, just outstanding. The defense, they're returning 8 starters. You're going to hate this, Corbin, but I like North Carolina around number 15.
I don't agree with that. North Carolina just...
I like Drake May. I think they're going to – I like them.
Not going to happen. I'd make a bet on
it. Number 20, Texas Tech.
I don't know much about Texas Tech. Coming in this season, they're always one of those teams that will come out and they may win 9 games, they may win 6 games. They're going to have it made when Texas and Oklahoma leaves the Big 12, so they're probably looking at next year. But, I mean, if they got the players and the recruits, they may do decent. They should do decent. I remember when I was a kid, Texas Tech was a bad team.
When they had Mike Leach, they were a very bad team, and then he got fired. They won their last – the reason they're at number 20 is they won their last 4 games, and everybody just started throwing parades because they beat a totally depleted Ole Miss team in whatever bowl game that was, the Dollar General Bowl or whatever. But I'm not buying the Texas Tech hype that much. It's not a horrible spot, but I think they finished around 25 to 30. We'll hit the comments real fast. Joey says, like I said earlier, I ate Burger King the morning we beat LSU in football. I ate Burger King this morning. Go Vawls. I like it.
I love it. Keep eating that burger.
What are you guys predicting this year? I think 9-3 go Big Orange. That's from Douglas Graham on YouTube. We can answer that, Doug. I think 9-3 is the floor for Tennessee football this year. I think anything below 9-3 is a disappointment for me. But I think 10-2. That's where I'm at. I'm at 10-2. I think I'm going to say the exact same thing that I said last year. I think Tennessee wins one they shouldn't. I think Tennessee beats Georgia. And I think Tennessee loses one they shouldn't, just like last year. Let's see. Mr. Jones, Wake Forest and North Carolina have been more consistent than the North Carolina Tar Heels. I don't know who Wake Forest QB is going to be, though. Devin says Texas Tech upset. I think he missed. Texas Tech is upset capital next to Wake Forest. Oh, is upset. Okay, I got you. I read that wrong. My bad. I agree, Dev. Mr. Jones, Michael Crabtree was the last time they were any good. Yes, look up that Mike Leach video, the locker room spiel. That was awesome.
Michael Crabtree. Good callback.
Yeah. Mr. Jones says 15-0. I love it. Robin Shelton says go Gators. How about that game last night? Robin, what I want to know, okay, I don't know how long you've been on here, But let me grab my notes. And we're going to go to commercial after this, and then you let me know in the comments. Where is that? Florida.
What are you looking for? Florida?
For Florida, yeah. I'm trying to find my... Okay. What do you think about the 2024 schedule, Robin? It's right here, I think. Because, yeah, my bad. I'm all jacked up here. Really screwing this one up. Yeah, because Florida... Yeah, I did have it right the first time. Florida, Billy Napier's last year is going to be 2024, Robin, because, listen, Florida's got the hardest schedule of anybody in the country in 2024. They've got Kentucky. They come to their place. LSU comes to the Swamp. Ole Miss comes to the Swamp. Texas A&M comes to the Swamp. They go on the road to Mississippi State. They go on the road to Georgia. They go on the road to Tennessee. They go on the road to Texas. Outside of that, they've got Miami. They've got UCF, which is no pushover. Then they've
UCF's they're getting a lot better after even Heupel left.
Yeah, even after Hype left. And then they've got Florida State. So, Robin Shelton, I like you, buddy, but go ahead and start looking for another coach because Billy Napier will not make it out of 2024. We got commercials. And we'll be right back. We're going to break down the number 19 through 10 when we come back. Please follow all of our sponsors. If it wasn't for them, it would be difficult to do this show. They help us in more ways than probably we even know. We have the best equipment possible because of our sponsors. So if you like our content, please show them some love. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, it's the Vawls Daddy. The C&D Tire Pros are your go-to experts for nearly all of your vehicle needs. Located in the heart of Oak Ridge at 164 Fairbanks Road. They've got a 4.8 out of 5-star rating, and that's very hard to do in the tire business. Tire installation, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, tire rotation, tire repair, brake changes, oil changes, hell, they'll even paint your back porch. I've known Zach since he was in diapers. We went to church together, we went to school together, we played football together, and he's been changing tires since he's been in diapers. Give them a call today, 865-483-7455. Like them on Facebook. That's C&D Tire, 865-483-7455. Z&N Concrete are the professionals you need to call for all of your concrete finishing needs. Driveways, sidewalks, curbs, garage pads, footers, and much more. They can do it all. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give Z&N Concrete a call today, 865-360-6176. Residential or commercial. That's Z&N Concrete, 865-360-6176. All right, and we're back.
What's up, TikTok?
Comment section real quick. Hey, what's up, Uncle Eddie? Robin, what do you think? I'm waiting. Douglas from YouTube says if our pass rush is better than our defensive backs, and our defensive backs perform better, I think 10-2 or 11-1 is possible because our offense is going to score points. I agree, Douglas. If we get a defense together, then we're going to be unstoppable. Mr. Jones says, can the College World Series end up with Tennessee versus Florida in the championship. I have to look at the bracket on that. Not 100% on that. Gators got the hardest schedule in 2024, Robin says. That will be his last year. Yes, it's going to be his last year. They've really put Napier through the gauntlet. I love it, though. Caden from Facebook says, in the orange and white game, our defense seemed to improve a lot. What is your opinion on our defense? I think we can be better this year than last year. I agree with that 100%. I think we're going to be a lot better, and the biggest reason is, like, we do lose Byron Young, and then we lose Jeremy Banks. But Jeremy Banks on the field is awesome. Jeremy Banks in the locker room, totally different story. We lose Juwan Mitchell, which is the same scenario. The only person that we lose in the secondary was Trayvon Flowers. So, and I mean, you look at the recruiting class, it's pretty much all defense. So I'm super excited about it. I hope if the people, the players that do return, if they're not any better, I hope we just play the young ones. I mean, if we're going to be, beat either way, just play the young ones and let them get – because they're good. I mean, we pretty much handpicked our defensive backs. But we're going to get back into the 2023 ESPN Power Rankings. We're on number 19. We've also got some live giveaways coming your way. Got a lot going on here at the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase in Pigeon Forge. Giving away a Tony Vitello signed baseball. We've got hats, football cards, baseball cards, decals. Ready to go, baby.
Be ready for it.
Number 19, ESPN has Tulane.
Last year, Tulane 12-2 season won the American Athletic Conference championship. I didn't know this because it's hard to follow college conferences anymore because every year it seems like teams are switching. But Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston left the American Athletic Conference. So that leaves Tulane with just pretty much in that conference a bunch of very, very mid teams. And what they done last year, and they got quarterback Michael Pratt. He threw 27 touchdowns last year. I'm sure Tulane will just come back again this year. I mean, I think I saw they brought back like 14 starters or something like that. So I'm sure they're going to be just as good this year as they was last year. It's just when you have teams switch that many teams to leave a conference, Tulane's going to be the one that's going to step up and lead the conference.
Yeah, I like Tulane, I really do. But like you said, when you're in the AAC, like you're just always going to have to prove something, I don't know. I think the ranking's kind of close. They do bring back 6 on offense and 6 on defense, but I don't know. After what they did last year, I get the ranking here, but they've got a lot to prove, in my opinion. Number 18, we've got Kansas State.
I like Kansas State. They've done a lot of good things here the past couple years. I mean, Kansas State used to be like a joke football team. Like, I don't know what their career record is, but it's nothing too impressive.
Yeah, the only Kansas State I really remember is just like
2003.
Oh yeah, when they was pretty good on like the video games. But
they was good in like 02 to 03 years.
Yeah, that's the only. But they 10-4 last year, 7-2 in the Big 12, which I mean whatever. Coach Kleiman is good. They returned 7 on offense, 5 on defense. I kind of like Kansas State to win the Big 12.
Well, that's what I got down to.
Yeah,
the Big 12 favorite. The quarterback threw 1,633 yards last year, 15 touchdowns in 7 games.
Yeah.
And he's come back again this year.
Yeah, I think they maybe belong a little bit higher on the list. Maybe around the, I don't know, 14, 15, 16 mark maybe, but we'll see. I like Kansas State. Number 17, we've got the Mighty Beavers, Oregon State.
They done pretty good last year. I remember watching that. Who was they playing last year in the last game of the season, like regular season? Was it USC, UCLA, somebody like that? It was Oregon. They was playing Oregon. And they was down by like 21 points, and I changed the channel. And I put it back on there like 10 minutes later, and it's like tied up, and I was like, what has happened here? And but they got a transfer quarterback this year from Clemson, DJ.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that last name.
I can't even say his name, but it'll be fun to see how he adapts to the Pac-12 system compared to the ACC, which shouldn't be much of a difference for him, to be honest with you. I consider the ACC and the Pac-12 about on the same level. So
I think he'll excel in the Pac-12 personally, but I don't know. I don't like Oregon State that much. I kind of get sick of hearing about the Beavers.
I like the uniforms.
They do have good-looking uniforms.
I got beavers in my pond behind my house.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're just kind of one of them teams that's always just kind of lingering, but never really actually do anything to me. But 16, we've got the Horny Toads, the Horned Frogs from TCU.
It's a low ranking after last year, ain't it?
Kind of a slap in the face.
Like I expect them to be like 10th or something. Let's see here. They retain 8 starters in defense. They got an Alabama running back transfer, a 5-star at that, and brought in an Alabama wide receiver.
Yeah, I like Sonny Dykes. Obviously made it to the national championship last year, but they only returned 3 offensive starters. But it seems like Sonny Dykes, like history, he's either really good or he's really bad. And history typically repeats itself. This is tough for me. They lost their offensive coordinator to Clemson, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Hot take, man. TCU, they fall out of the top 25 before like week 7, week 8.
They're in the Big 12 now, I think. Yeah, they're in the Big 12. They'll be all right.
Think so?
Yeah, it's the Big 12.
Number 15, we've got Oregon.
Bo Nix is still the quarterback.
That's what I've got on my notes, too. I said, how is Bo Nix still playing college football?
How many years has Bo Nix been in college football?
It seems like 10.
He's like the John Fulkerson of college football.
John Fulkerson, yeah.
College football.
Fulker's probably here somewhere, sign autographs or something.
Haley's probably practicing for the upcoming season.
He might be. Yeah, I don't know. They finished 10-3, 7-2 in the Pac-12. They did pick up some solid transfers. They lost a few as well. I think this is about right for Oregon. They're just one of them teams that they'll never beat the big names. Just Pac-12 football, and they've got, I don't know, one of them teams they just constantly got to throw in the mix.
Yeah, it's about right for them. I mean, Oregon hasn't been elite in probably 3 or 4 years, and they've fallen off a lot. And I will say I do think they will make a rebound at one point, but I just don't feel like now is the time. There's a lot of elite teams in college football at the moment, and Oregon is just not one of those elite teams.
Yeah, I agree with that. Coming in at number 14, ESPN has Utah.
Going for 3 straight Pac-12 titles.
Yeah.
I don't hate on Utah. I respect Utah. I like Utah. Like out of all the Pac-12 teams, like Utah's they are my favorite out of all of them. They do have quarterback Cameron Rising. He's coming back this year. He's coming off a torn ACL, so that may be concerning.
That's what I've got as well. They finished 10-4, 7-2 in the Pac-12. Kyle Whittingham he's a good coach, but just a lot of quarterback questions. I honestly kind of look at them like I do Oregon. They're better than a lot of teams, but they're just a team they can't beat a really good team. You know, when it comes down, and they can't ever change that narrative. It's just constant.
They always have that one loss a year, like that one loss that hurts them.
Yeah, and it's just like Florida last year.
Yeah.
And how do you lose to Florida? You know,
that was the first game of the season.
First game, yeah.
And they played terrible that game. I mean,
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, that's whenever the media started just
That's what
going
Utah
crazy
started out.
about Anthony Richardson.
What was Utah last year? Start out. What they start out
They
ranked?
was- they-
Fourth,
yeah, they
fifth,
was-
something like that.
Yeah, I think it was around 5.
And them in Florida played, and it was, what was it, 60 something, like 63 to 14 or 21 or something. And I was like, Utah's in, like, Utah, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then they come out the rest of the season and won, but I mean, they wasn't playing nobody. Which Florida wasn't the best team either, like
No.
last year either. So I don't know. That's just a weird first game.
Number 13, we've got your favorite team probably besides Tennessee in college football, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
I'm sure they won't be 13 for long. They'll be in like top 5. ESPN will be like, Notre Dame's going to the championship. Notre Dame's going to the championship. And Notre Dame's schedule, like, look at they play Navy, Duke, Central Michigan, Wake Forest,
Tennessee State.
Louisville, Tennessee State. But they do play Ohio State and Clemson. Oh, they play 2 big teams. They play
Yeah.
2 big teams out of they play 10 teams that are Valley Division 1.
Yeah.
And then they play we played Ohio State and Clemson. And
Yeah.
ESPN will be like, Notre Dame's like the best team in the country. They should be like top 4 in the college football playoff. Like, no. We go through this every year. Every year we go through this. Every year.
Yeah. I can't stand Notre Dame. It's the same narrative, just nonstop. And like you said, I'm surprised they're not in like the top 5 or something, to be honest. That's just how it always is. But they did bring in Sam Hartman at quarterback, which he's very solid.
You can be solid against UTEP.
It's just all about participation trophies with Notre Dame, and
They do have a good fan base.
their
Their fan base, they do have a good fan base. But
I've got Notre Dame probably around I've got them probably like 20.
you know, if you want to watch like 2 Notre Dame games this year,
Rudy,
you got to watch. You got to pay $5 on
Oh, do you?
the Peacock subscription service to watch 2 Notre Dame games this year. Like,
is Peacock like we've got SEC Network, ACC Network? Is Peacock like their network?
Peacock's like Netflix, but
Oh, I know.
it's just,
I don't like Peacock because they stole The Office from Netflix.
I love The Office.
I do too.
One of the greatest shows ever made. And I'm going to get so hated on in the comments for saying that. I love The Office.
I love The Office. Number 12, Washington Huskies.
Washington's just an odd team. I mean, Washington can be good, they can be bad, and they surprise you at times, and are a phenomenal team. But they bring, they got Michael Pence. He's returning as quarterback. He threw 4,641 yards last year. But what's Washington going to bring to the table? I mean,
Yeah.
the Pac-12, the way the Pac-12 works is Utah is really good. USC, I will say, is pretty good. It's just Washington's not going to be that mix.
You don't think so?
The Pac-12 evens itself out. Like, if you look at the Pac-12 at the end of the season, all the teams is always, every year, it's like, we're 7-6, or we're 6-6, or we're 8-4, and you got 2 top teams. Washington's just not going to be that top team.
They were 11-2 last year, 7-2 in the Pac-12. I'm so sick of talking about Pac-12. They returned 7 on offense and 7 on defense. They returned their quarterback, Penix Jr. Yes, I said Penix with an X. I'm not being bad, I promise, Facebook. So don't cancel me here. I like this spot for Washington. I think they have a decent shot to win the Pac-12.
I don't think they have no shot to win Pac-12.
I really do. Let's hit the comment section real fast before we go to number 11. Let's see. Sorry, I've got a lot of scrolling to do. Robin says Florida will go 7-5 this year with 5 wins in 2024. Do you think that's a win against Tennessee or no, Robin? Douglas from YouTube says, I think you're right about Napier because you have to have better quarterbacking that he has now. Florida won't have the patience for him to develop a high school player. Douglas also says K-State is a well-coached team. They don't have much talent, but he gets the most out of his talent. Mark of a good coach, I agree. Jamie says, does K-State still have the kid that bailed on Butch Jones at quarterback? I'm trying to remember exactly who you're talking about, Jamie. I don't know why it's not hitting. Mr. Jones said he had to leave the SEC to do anything. I agree. Big Orange, go Big Orange, JL. Robin says Tennessee and Florida can play each other in the World Series championship if they both win out. Thanks, Robin. I seen the bracket, but I never even thought to look at that.
Well, you know, you was talking about Florida and Tennessee football there for a second there in the comments. I will say this. Florida and Tennessee plays each other harder in football than about anybody else we play.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Tennessee could be the worst team ever, and Florida could be the best team ever, and it's still going to be a dogfight. And it could be the other way around, and it's still going to be a dogfight no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. You could put a middle school team in Florida jerseys, and they're going to play Tennessee good. Mr. Jones says in the trenches with the big boys, they can't hang. See TCU versus Georgia. I agree with that 100%. Mr. Jones said Marshall beat Notre Dame last year.
We got Spanky in there.
Always overrated. Oh, yeah, there's Spanky. It's good to see that that you can join us from far away. Hey, how'd the wedding go this morning?
Oh, you out of jail yet?
Who bonded you out, Spanky?
I heard he's waiting for the gentleman's club to open up. He's like first in line waiting for the door to open.
Mr. Jones says Tulane beat USC last year. They're overrated. A lot of these Pac-12s and Big 12 schools because they know they have no chance to climb like a SEC school who goes on a run. 100% agree. They just like to give these participation trophies out to everybody. The Vawls were unranked last year and climbed all the way to number 1 in the country, Mr. Jones says. Douglas says Michael Penix will have an outside shot at the Heisman. Robin says, I'm always going to say we beat Tennessee. It's just what we do, but we will be the underdogs. Robin, come on now.
Who was it that said we was unranked, but we went number 1 in the country? Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones. Yes, that's impressive. That's an impressive feat. How many teams start unranked and go to number 1 in the country? You just don't hear about that.
Yeah, I think TCU, they was picked to finish like 7th in their conference and made it to the national championship.
They's around there.
Okay, let's see. All right, now we've got Tennessee. The Tennessee Volunteers come in at number 11. What do you think about it, Corbin?
I think we'll be all right this year. I really do.
You like it?
I'm a believer in. I think Joe Milton. If Joe Milton plays like Joe Milton should, and I would say this for the live people that's watching for the first time that I've said in the past podcast. When we got Joe Milton in, and we played him a few games, and then from the next year to last year, what he improved for was amazing when he come in and played them few games. If he can come in this year and improve from what he did this past year to this year as much as he did when he come in to that year, we got a phenomenal quarterback on our hands. He's threw, I think, 144 passes, number 1 in college football, 144 passes, no interceptions.
Yep, 10 touchdowns last year as a backup. Tennessee 11-2, obviously last year, 6-2 in the SEC. Returned 7 on offense. Obviously, replacing Hooker, Hyatt, Tillman is going to be tough, but Tennessee does it, in my opinion. I mean, it's impossible to replace Darnell Wright. But John Campbell is working hard, man. I mean, every single day, every night, he's there late. Sees videos all the time. You know what? This is fine. 3 teams that Tennessee beat last year are in front of them going into 2023. 2 of the 3, Tennessee absolutely destroyed. Just let them sleep, Corbin. Well, leave them at number 11. That's fine.
I love being the underdog.
Yeah, just
Tennessee plays the best from the backs against the wall.
I agree. Mr. Jones has Joe Milton Heisman 2023. I think he's number 5, I think, is a Heisman favorite. Vawls should be higher. They beat Clemson, so how is Clemson ahead of us? That is true. LSU's also ahead of us, and Alabama as well. We'll talk a little bit about that. Robin says, hot take, Tennessee and Florida beat Georgia this year.
I will say this.
I think Tennessee beats Georgia in Neyland. I want to see I would love for Florida to beat Georgia. I would love it.
I'd love it too.
Don't get me wrong, I still hate Florida, but nothing in the world is more annoying than seeing a 60-year-old man bark
on his hands and knees.
On his hands and knees at a 5-year-old kid.
With a leash on him.
Yes.
And somebody holding him back.
Just imagine, people, all right, I've got a dog collar on, a spiked dog collar. I'm 30 years old, all right, and I'm crawling around on the ground, and Corbin's got a leash, and I'm barking, and he's trying to pull me back. Just imagine how D-bag that is.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
That's
me.
me.
Yeah, that's me. Good to meet you, man. Thank you. Oh, do you? Oh, that's what we're doing right now. Oh, you're good. Thank you. But I don't know, man. I hate Georgia worse than Bama right now as far as the fan base goes, and I hate them worse than Florida. So give me Florida over Georgia. I would be thrilled.
Georgia about gave me a PI last year.
They was honest, man. They was honest hard.
I had a
well, them police officers, they took mine and Corbin's beer, said we couldn't have it, and then they wanted to take a picture with us.
Yeah, and then Georgia fans is walking down the street with beer cans in their hands.
Yeah, but
they didn't do nothing to them. But they're like, you got to get rid of that beer or you're going to jail. And I'm like, then they're like, will you take a picture with us? And I'm like,
yeah.
Me and Luke's like, no.
Super Troopers, baby.
We are not taking up. No, we're going on.
JL on YouTube says, expecting a big year from Milton. He's improved from when he first transferred. Kimberly said, we still have Brew, yes, and we still have Ramel Keaton. Everybody's sleeping on Ramel Keaton, I promise you that. Mr. Jones says Josh Heupel has had a top 10 offense every year as a coach, 8 years in a row, I believe. I believe that is right. I don't think he's ever not had a top 10 as a head coach. Probably not as an offensive coordinator either. Jamie says it all depends on Joe. If he can make the important throws, we're putting fear in everybody. I 100% agree with that. It's all between Joe's ears. If everything's good between Joe's ears, then watch out. JL says because they got dog. I can't say that on Facebook because we'll get in trouble. Devin, love your comment. F word, UGA, and they're 50-year-old barking men. Yes, 100%. God, we could sit here all day, I think, and talk about how ignorant Georgia fans are. Robin Shelton, okay, if Florida beats Georgia this year, does that give him a bye over a 5-win? It would probably help. It's hard to please Florida fans, and I ain't sitting here trying to trash Florida fans, but y'all are like, I don't know how to explain this. You all are like with how things are going. Like Tennessee. Don't get me wrong, there's been some times that we didn't show up full, but Tennessee can go, 7-5, and we're still selling out Neyland. If Florida's bad, you all do not support Florida. Georgia's the worst fan base of all time when it comes to handling success. Yes, and it took them like 40-something years to to have any success, actual success. And man, I can't wait till Tennessee takes that throne, because we're about to we're about to probably become the worst, and that's fine with me. We're going to take another quick break. Stick with us. Make sure you follow the Vawls Deep podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on Apple Music. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. Just about everywhere you can listen to podcasts. We're Vawls Deep in that platform. Stick with us. We got a big giveaway coming too. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vol Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
100,000 can't get louder. Gators, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all Vol, bring it on. We're all Vol, bring it on. The Vol Navy's getting crazy on the Tennessee. We're tailgating, just waiting for that power tee. We're all Vol, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000.
Since July of 2021, our student athletes have capitalized on so many NIL opportunities that have been presented to them. Those opportunities exist because of the power of Vol Nation. When you combine the most passionate fan base in the country with the city of Knoxville and our great state, you create the nation's #1 NIL destination for student athletes. There's no better place for our players to build their brands than right here at Tennessee. I encourage all of you to support and donate to Spire Sports and Our Lady Vol Booster Collective. These collectives are here to serve our student athletes the right way in our community. To get involved, please scan this QR code now. It's been an incredible fall for our program, and we are just scratching the surface of what we can accomplish. Let's all do our part to ensure that Tennessee continues to lead the way in name, image, and likeness. Go Big Orange.
Maxed Out Gym is hands down the best gym in East Tennessee. Located in Oak Ridge, locally owned and operated by Ryan Carson. Listen, this gym is not your normal big chain gym. 24/7 access, child care, nutrition plans, private training rooms, and their personal trainers are truly first class. We're not talking about John Doe across the street who spent a few hours taking an online course and then printed his certificate. They offer the best classes in the area and even host big-time powerlifting competitions. For my power lifters, you have to experience the back room. There's no words to describe it, you just have to experience it. That's Maxed Out Gym. If you're having second thoughts about changing gyms, canceling that membership, going through the hassle, I know you've seen the picture of me and Coach Heupel together when I got to show him his face on my leg. Have you seen the thunder thighs on the Vol Daddy? You don't get thighs like that by not going to Maxed Out Gym. It's time to throw away the Gold membership, throw away the Planet Fitness membership. Big Orange Concrete Pumping. They can accommodate any residential or commercial concrete project that you may have in mind. They have one of the biggest line pumps in the state. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they're waiting on your phone call today. Their number is 865-371-3367. Whether you're pumping noise in Neyland or pumping concrete, make sure you roll with the Big Orange. That's Big Orange Concrete Pumping, 865-371-3367. All right, and we're back. Let's get right into it. Number 10, Texas. The Brown. Let me make this very clear. The Brown team. They're not orange.
Yeah, they're a weird color, orange. Texas is they've improved the past few years. I will say that. They're going to the SEC next year. I know that's their biggest thought process of everything, but this year they got to play Alabama in the second week. That's the second game of the season, and last year Alabama-Texas was a great game. I remember being at a bachelor party watching that game, and that game was neck and neck. I didn't know if Alabama was going to win, Texas was going to win.
Yeah, the Texas got to see what the Nick Saban treatment was in that game. Oh, God, the calls were brutal.
But that game was in Austin last year. This year it's in Alabama.
Yep, and then Texas, they starting quarterback got hurt pretty early too.
Yeah.
So it was rough for Texas.
That is true because it reminded me of 2010 when Colt McCoy got hurt in the national championship.
Yeah, Texas 8-5 last year, 6-3 in the Big 12. They lost Bijan Robinson to the NFL. They have to learn to win close games, like you said against Alabama last year. But I'm going to say this: every single game that Texas lost last year was 7 points or less. In general, like number 10's okay for me with Texas, but they should not be ahead of Tennessee.
No, Texas should not be ahead of Tennessee by no means. Texas is Texas is Texas. It's been a long time since Texas has been a very, very competitive team in college football. Like, when I say competitive, yeah, they win a lot of games, but I'm talking about, like, championship competitive.
Right.
I mean, Texas expect a certain level, and they should, because Texas is – them and Florida is the two biggest high school recruiting classes in all of football. But they should not be ahead of Tennessee. I feel like Texas this year, they will lose – they will win. They may beat Oklahoma because it's like Tennessee, Florida. But at the end of the day, Texas, they'll end up losing against like somebody like Baylor, or they'll play like, I think SMU's in there now in the Big 12, somebody like that. I mean, like, it'll be some team that should not beat Texas, and they'll go out and they won't play that day, and they'll end up losing. It happens every single year.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I think is losing the close games. You're definitely right though. We'll see what Sark can do for him down there. Orange colored glasses, brown colored glasses. Number 9, we've got Clemson.
It's low ranking for Clemson. I
think low.
I think Clemson should be like close to like 5 or 6. I mean, maybe 4. I mean, Dabo. Maybe they got Dabo he's more focused on TikTok now. If you saw some of his TikToks,
I've not seen Dabo's TikToks.
But they brought in a former TCU offensive coordinator, Garrett Wiley, to improve the pass offense. Which last year I think I saw they was ranked 116 out of 131 or whatever in pass offense. Wild for Clemson, but they did have the troubles at quarterback last year, so.
Based off last year, I think this ranking is fair, just based off kind of what they did. But everybody's saying Dabo's down. Clemson is back next year, in my opinion. They stole TCU's offensive coordinator. And that quarterback, he was a freshman he's going to be good. They returned 8 on defense. And Clemson's defense was very, very good. They were 8-0 in the ACC last year. This ranking's okay based off, last year's season, but Clemson's going to be back in the college football playoffs next year.
Let's say Clemson don't make the college football playoffs and they lose a few games. Is Dabo on the hot seat?
I think so. I'll say this. I think depending on what we could be, it's hard to predict what Nick Saban does, but I think Dabo or Lane Kiffin will be the next coach at Alabama.
That's what I was about to say. I was going to say it is a big time right now for Dabo Swinney. Like, you can lose, and you can lose or you can win. And if you lose or win, it's a big part of your future. Just because you win, you got a chance of going to Alabama as next head coach.
Yeah.
You lose, you're in the hot seat.
Yeah, I think that's the 2. I'm going to hit the comment section real quick before we hit number 8.
Sorry, everybody. We had people coming up to our stand over here putting tickets in the booth.
Let's see. Sorry about this. We got a lot of comments, trying to get through them all. Mr. Jones, what goes around comes back around. It's just Florida's time to be in the dumps. JL says Florida is getting all they deserve. I love it. Aiden, hey, I love your channel. I'm Devin. Oh, hey, man, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Florida Gators.
I got a question for you.
Hit me with it. Aiden says you're
Before you wait some more comments.
Okay.
Hold on. Who do you think has a better chance going to Alabama after Nick Saban? Kiffin or Dabo?
I think Kiffin. I don't know why. That's just pure gut feeling, initial thought. I just think, he's already he was there already, offense coordinator.
Do you think there's a chance?
I think Kiffin, not any SEC job, if he gets a better opportunity. I mean, he's nonstop complaining about NIL, nonstop complaining about not having the resources and the money other schools do. I think as soon as the opportunity comes that he can get that, then he's gone.
Do you think Dabo, within 5 years, will not be coaching Clemson, but will be coaching a certain SEC team, like of any team?
No, but I mean, it's possible. I think Clemson and Florida State are the next teams to join the SEC.
I do believe that Clemson's already talked about that. I mean, we ain't talked about that any, but Clemson's talked about joining the SEC a lot. And, I mean, if they want to join, listen, the way college football is going at the moment is you got this TV rights money and you got the conference money. And if you join a certain conference, you get the conference money, you get TV rights money, and every conference in college football is signed to a certain organization, such as ESPN, Fox Sports, Notre Dame's NBC. I mean, you got CBS Sports, network, which is like CUSA and stuff like that. Money comes with that. And teams are trying to move their ways up, and I do believe that Clemson, if they wanted to, I mean, they could join this. But the way it's going, I would not be surprised if the SEC was a 20-team conference, to be honest with you. And it kills me to say that. I do not know how you would do that, but there'd be a way they would figure out to do that because money's involved. They want the teams and the programs in these conferences that's going to bring the money to the conference, and it's just that's the future of college football right now. That's not just college football, that's college basketball, that's college baseball. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, wrestling, MLB, NBA, NFL. Everything right now is about money, and everything's starting to switch around, and it's getting to the point where here in about 10 years, it's going to be set. Everything's going to be set. And when it's set, you may have a 20-team SEC. You may have a 20-team Big Ten.
There's going to be a super, like a big super conference. And I think eventually they're just going to say, hell with the NCAA, we're doing whatever we want to do.
The ACC and Pac-12 has already tried to do that. The ACC threw out a pitch, say, we'll do like a super conference, and then the Pac-12 does a super conference, and then we play for our own national championship. And it's all because of TV rights money and what comes with the conference money and all that, which I understand. I can hate on it all day, but I understand when it comes to money.
Yeah, I don't like the direction it's going. We're going to talk a little bit about that when we get into the rules changes and stuff like that too. Ralph says you guys are doing great. Go Big Orange. Thank you, Ralph. And thank you for the awesome hookup yesterday. Let's see. The only team more overrated than Notre Dame is Texas. Hey, Tim, we're ranking ESPN's top 25 college football teams preseason. Overrated Tennessee just dominated them in the Orange Bowl. I agree, Mr. Jones. Jamie says Texas better not start crying about them horns. Down, baby. With Texas talent, they should win the Big 12. I agree with that. Clemson, Mr. Jones says Clemson's going 8-4. Dabo got it made at Clemson. Don't think he would want the pressure of the Alabama job. Just my opinion. Let's see. Mr. Jones, NIL has exposed Nick Saban's coaching because the other teams are closer
Yes.
than before when Nick
Yes.
Saban had every 5-star. I 100% agree with that, Mr. Jones, because all them dealerships that Nick Saban owns down there in Alabama,
Saban hates NIL so much.
he hates it. Boy, I mean,
He can't stand it.
see, Alabama fans are weird, man. Like, you go to an Alabama game, half the stadium's just like these rich, sophisticated, like, they're just so used to it. It's like, oh, well, I don't have to cheer. They're just weird people. SEC is going to go to the NFL route, a 32-team league. Douglas Graham, do you think the Big Ten or the SEC expands next? I see Big Ten or something trying to kind of copy what the SEC's done.
Well, next year the Big Ten's going to be right there with the SEC because they're adding USC and UCLA.
Yeah.
And they already announced their conference schedules for next year too. And I'll be honest, I hate it. Just because the fact that, for me, a conference schedule should be like the SEC is the teams down here in the South. That means I can be in Tennessee and I can travel to Auburn. I can travel to Alabama, University of Alabama. I can go to Florida. I can go to South Carolina. I can go to Vandy. I can go to Kentucky.
Yeah, I hated whenever they brought in Texas A&M and Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
I didn't like that.
I still travel from Missouri, and it's a tough trip. And I cannot imagine for the Big Ten what they're doing. Like they're adding USC and UCLA, and it's like, well, if you want to go watch from USC, and I think next year, I think Penn State has to travel to USC, or USC has to travel to Penn State, one or the other. I could not imagine. That's full country travel.
Yeah.
For a football game. That's not like driving distance, not a little bit of flying distance. It's that's a full on cross country ordeal. Like, that is not what conferences in my mind is for.
Yeah, I agree. It's just all right now. It's just all a pissing competition.
It's just it's
number 8. Let's get to Penn State. ESPN has Penn State ranked at number 8.
If you're new, you don't know, but I love Penn State. I think they got a great fan base. I want to go to a game inside the Nittany Lions Stadium or whatever it's called. It seems like they're a legit crowd, always going crazy. Penn State this year, and they got a new quarterback in Drew Adler. They got 14 returning starters, though.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, 11-2 last year, 7-2 the Big Ten. My biggest thing is, can they finally get past Ohio State or Michigan?
No, I don't think they do.
I don't either, but I hope so. But I mean, I like Penn State, I really do. But until they prove it, I mean, I like them around 10 or 12, and definitely behind Tennessee.
Don't get by Ohio State or Michigan. They may get by one of them, but they won't get by both of them, for sure.
Number 7, another team that should not be in front of Tennessee. That's LSU.
Oh, Bon Kelly. Listen, I know LSU and Bon Kelly done all right last year, but I'm not a believer in Bon Kelly. I'm just not. I feel like that is something just waiting to blow up. Like something at some point is going to happen. And it's going to blow up, and Bon Kelly's going to be gone from LSU.
Yeah, I mean, this is one good thing about getting rid of divisions. LSU shouldn't have been in the SEC title game last year. I mean, it should have been Tennessee, Georgia. But you know what I mean. So there's, I don't know, you can look at the glass however you want to look at it, but Tennessee should have been in Atlanta. Brian Kelly, he's inconsistent, always has been. Daniels is good. I mean, especially towards the last of the year. They've got good wide receivers, and LSU's roster is always loaded. But again, they should be behind Tennessee, and I think after last year, somewhere between 8 and 12. Number 6, Alabama.
I'm going to say that's a low ranking. I think Alabama should be like 4 to 5, probably 3, honestly.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's Alabama. It's Nick Saban. And I've said in this podcast that Alabama's on a downward trend, like Nick Saban is on a downward trend in Alabama. And he may be, but it's still Nick Saban in Alabama. And no matter what, like, they're going to get the recruits. They're going to go out there and they're going to play the Alabama football. Like, Alabama, since 2012, I was watching TV the other day, and it's like what they got, like 160-something wins and like 12 losses or something, 15 losses since 2012. It's something unreal. Like, you don't even hear that in any sports league. So I think they'll be okay this year. They're gonna compete for a championship. Alabama will compete for a championship this year. There's no doubt. It's a low ranking. They will compete for a championship. And when Tennessee goes down there this year in Alabama, we're gonna beat that ass.
I like it. 11-2 last year, 6-2 in the SEC, but both losses were on the road, and both losses were last play of the game. So, is Satan on a decline? I think yes, but Saban's decline is still better than 95% of anybody else. So I think if they can get the quarterback position figured out, they will be in Atlanta this year. Anxious to see the new coordinators, how they do, but I agree. I would put Alabama around number 3 or 4. And then number 5, we've got Ohio State.
They got some quarterback problems going on at Ohio State right now. I don't know who their starting quarterback's going to be, but Ohio State be fine. I mean, it's Ohio State.
Yeah, playoffs last year, they should have beat Georgia. Should have won the whole thing if it wasn't for Ryan Day's horrible decision-making. Like you said, big quarterback questions. Losing C.J. Stroud is going to be tough. But they are loaded at running back. They are loaded at wide receiver. I don't know. I think it's an okay spot for Ohio State after last year. Number 4, USC.
USC done way better last year than I thought they would.
I hate USC.
I don't hate USC. It's just
I'm getting slobber on me all the way over here from ESPN.
last year, of course, USC had Heisman Trophy quarterback Caleb Williams won the Heisman Trophy. Lincoln Riley is the head coach. He does have it in the right direction. Like before Lincoln got there, like USC was, they got down to about like a mid-team. Like we may be ranked top 25, we may not. You know what I mean?
I think this is laughable.
I don't.
USC is number 4 because of 2 reasons. ESPN's obsession with Lincoln Riley and their obsession, the Heisman voters' obsession with USC. God, I hate USC. I hate Lincoln Riley. That makes it even worse. Take your Trojan horse and take your Scotty McCreery-looking ass to around number 12.
Caleb Williams returns, though.
I ain't worried about Caleb Williams.
He may not.
They're not going to. Number 4, no. I mean, if you say number 4, so you're telling me that USC will be in the playoffs next season?
No. What I'm saying is, if I had to rank USC, honestly, they would be behind Ohio State, Alabama. Move LSU back, they wouldn't be ahead of them. They'd be neck and neck, honestly. Penn State, Clemson. I'd put USC about a good. Right there with us, 10-11. Just because Caleb Williams was returning Heisman Trophy winner. And USC done a lot of things last year in the Pac-12.
Yeah, well, I got them around like 12-ish, but I don't know. They're just one of them teams that the media's always obsessed with, and they never again, schedule's weak, and then they.
I'll say this: I won't roll out. I am not gonna roll out. Say USC has a phenomenal year. I do not roll out a college football playoff push.
I mean, if they'll be pushing it. The media will definitely be pushing it.
Oh yeah, just like Notre Dame. Notre Dame be pushing it too.
They're all about the Trojans. Any California team, the ESPN's all about them. Number 3, crazy to me. Eye roll emojis for me. Florida State.
I saw Florida State ranked number 3, and I was like, what? That just shocked me. Like, I don't know too much about Florida State football at the moment. All I know is they've been on the downhill, and then I look at this, and it's like Florida State's ranked 3 going this year. Like, why?
Yeah, I mean, they do return a lot, 8 both sides of the ball. But to me, we're in the same boat here as we are with USC. Just a bunch of media bias hype. I don't necessarily hate Florida State, but just prove it. I'm sick of hearing about it. Just prove it if you're that good. It's just the media pumping them up, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Tori, on TikTok? We're on TikTok, too. I'm going to hit some of these comments before we get too behind. I'm way behind. Tim says he hates the new conference realignment. I remember the fun of NCAA and playing teams like Texas or Oklahoma in a bowl game when you haven't played them in 10 to 15 years.
Well, Toy said he hopes Watbo don't cancel tonight. If you're talking about the Watbo Gracies, is there a cloud in the sky? They'll probably cancel. They're getting worse than NASCAR anymore.
JL says that's because Alabama can no longer buy everyone. I do agree with that. Mr. Jones says Big Ten just left the leftovers the SEC don't want. Tennessee crushed LSU on their home field. Yes, I was there, and that was awesome. Ralph says Saban may hate the NIL, but they still have the most NIL money available in the SEC, according to the last report I saw. Alabama had $204 million. Tennessee was 5th at $117. Which report was that, Ralph? Because the last one I seen, the only ones above Tennessee was Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah, I never saw
because of oil money. Alabama. The last one I seen had Alabama way low.
Yeah, I never saw Alabama with a high NIL out.
The last one I seen on him on Alabama was like crazy low.
Yeah, Saban hates the NIL, and
just because he can't keep up. Mr. Jones,
he's old school. That's why.
Tennis, I mean, he is old school, but teams can do what he's been doing. Teams can legally do what he's been doing for a long time, I think, is
exactly
is why he hates that. Mr. Jones, Tennessee should be ahead of every team they beat, especially since Bryce Young left Bama and is going to struggle. I do agree with that.
Bama rebuild just fine. It's Alabama. It's like Georgia, Alabama. They're going to rebuild just fine no matter what.
Jones says Vawls go into Bama. They win big, storm their field, take their goalposts down, and toss them in their sewer.
I'll do it if you bail me out of jail.
You can't spell suck without USC. Jamie says, what kind of fine is it going to be when we tear down Bama's goalposts? I don't know, but I will donate what little I have to get that. Let's see, that's too high for USC. They need to play a better defense. Kimberly says USC is sickening and Caleb Williams a poor choice for Heisman. I do agree he's not a great role model for kids. I do think Hendon Hooker wins the Heisman Trophy if he doesn't get hurt, though.
If you're a models opinion, Alabama fans ain't good role model for kids themselves.
That is very. Yeah, they've got a bucket list this year of. Let's see. JL says, I think once this NCAA junk gets cleared up, Tennessee can up there. Yeah, I think once that all of it is cleared up, Tennessee is really gonna start.
And imagine that right now we're doing phenomenal. Like we are top of the line right now.
Yeah.
In NIL.
Oh, we're killing it. I know the Volunteer Club, they're the number one NIL like initiative in the country.
Yeah.
Spire Sports. So okay, number 2, Michigan.
I'm okay with Michigan. I like Jim Harbaugh. He does good things in Michigan. I will say this. For everybody watching, just so you know, Michigan is 11 wins away from being the first team in college football to win 1,000 games. So when they win game number 10, just be ready for College Game Day to ESPN to be up that ass that whole week that Michigan's going to win.
God, their schedule
games.
is so bad, too. It's so weak.
But they bring back 6 starters in defense.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh, he'll have him there. Booger Boy is a true weirdo, but he can coach some football. Still can't believe that they didn't handle TCU in the playoffs. Like you said, return 6 offensive starters, 7 defensive starters. Top 5 is fine. I don't know about number 2, but top 5 is a fair spot for Michigan. Then number 1, we've got Georgia.
13 starters, which is more than what I thought it was, honestly.
Yeah.
Georgia did lose a lot, but Georgia's like Alabama. You can lose and rebuild no matter what.
Yeah, you can't argue this. And then the
defending national champions. number 1.
Their roster is just full of 4 and 5 stars. People want to make noise about the quarterback battle. You've got 2 5-stars and a 4-star battling. Like, the quarterback position is going to be fine. The vacuum cleaner, he has to. I don't know. He has all the talent in the world to choose from. They're going to be fine. Their schedule this year is a cakewalk. Tennessee is the only team that should compete with them. So, yeah, you can't argue that. It was a disgrace they sent Stetson Bennett to New York and not Hendon Hooker. I do agree. Hendon Hooker should have been in New York. Jacob from Facebook says we need to start a GoFundMe account for all the bailout money for when we beat Bama at Bama this year. I love it. JL says Harbaugh can't win the big game. He couldn't in the NFL either. Let's see. All right. So
that's a valid point, though.
That is.
He lost to his brother in the Super Bowl.
It's a solid point.
Hey,
what's up, Steven? Thanks for the comment.
I do believe Jim Harbaugh is made for college football over the NFL, though.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
He done good at San Francisco, though. I will never take that away.
That's our opinion on the top 25 power rankings from ESPN. Let us know what you think, whether you're listening live right now or you listen to the recorded show after we get off here. When we get back, we'll talk about the 2023 NCAA college football rule changes. A little hint, we're not happy about it. Stick with us. Give us some likes. Give us some shares. Give us some follows. We really appreciate it.
Megan's Cleaning Services is here to meet all of your home cleaning needs. From a basic clean to a deep clean. From a one-time clean to a bi-weekly clean. Megan's Cleaning Service is here for you. We provide residential, commercial, and rental cleanings for the best prices. Serving Knox, Anderson, Scott, Roane, and Morgan counties. Give me a like on my Facebook page. My phone number is 423-539-7266. Again, that's Megan's Cleaning Services at 423-539-7266. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man here, the Spank. Like myself, D&M Fencing are the best in the business today. They can install wood, chain link, vinyl, picket, composed metal, barbed wire, heck, bring them bamboo sticks. And they can install them things for you too. D&M Fencing, do it right the first time. Their numbers are 865-435-4515 or 865-387-1026. Give my friend Ted a call today. That's D&M Fencing.
Trident Hydro Clean, your exterior home cleaning professionals, house, roof, driveway, concrete, gutters, and much more. Trident Hydro Clean, 865-363-8815. They've been in business for 5 years, and they have a 5-star Google rating and a 5-star Facebook rating. Call Jacob today. Give your house, driveway, and or patio the care it deserves. 100% satisfaction guarantee. See the difference between a professional and amateur cleaning. That's 865-363-8815.
Do you have dreams about what your property could be? Whether it's driveways, ponds, septic, new home construction, or even forestry mulching, let us earn your business and make your property dreams come true. Call Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for supporting small businesses that support you. Again, that's Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408.
So follow us in there.
All right, and we're back. So talk about, kind of what's going on. The NCAA Rules Oversight Committee has failed again. They've made new rules going into the 2023 college football season. And we're also going to talk about maybe some NCAA football video game controversy that's going on. Hopefully we are still live on Facebook because this is not updating. Hey, are we still good on YouTube? Are we coming in clear? Somebody let us know. And if you're listening on Facebook, give us a thumbs up or something.
I think YouTube has a 5-hour time limit. So, it's a long show day. We are live in like a big place right now. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. Hopefully we are still going good. It acts like we're paused on the Renstream app. But rule number 1, calling back-to-back timeouts is officially outlawed.
I love it. I do love it. I mean, nothing annoys me more than, just for me, like, even on TV, from sitting in the stands and you call a timeout and then the kicker sets up and you call another timeout. And then every time they bring that little goalpost on the field and they say, we'll be back in 2 minutes and 45 seconds or whatever. And I'm just sitting there and just annoys me to death. Like, I love it. You don't have to do that. It does take away. I will say it does take away from, like, let's say a kicker's setting up to kick. You don't know if you can call timeout. If you got like 3 timeouts and you called one already, he don't know if you can call another or not. He's going to kick it the same anyway. So, how many times we saw kickers kick the ball the same before the time when the timeout was called, and then he kicks it the same? I mean,
we've had a few too though that's kicked it. They've got the timeout off, but he kicks it and it's good, and then misses the second one, or
it messes with you.
It messes with you, like
as a fan though, sitting there, like,
I don't know. I like it. I don't like this rule. I like the icing the kicker. I think it's awesome. I think it adds so much to the game, adds excitement, adds anticipation, and I think it's dumb to take it away. Basically, all these rules are solely based on time. So they're punishing the game because they want the games to not take as much time. They're punishing the teams. They're punishing the action on the field. You know, I hate it. I don't like any changes like this whatsoever. Rule number 2, not extending quarters. So basically, this rule will make it so that a first or third quarter would not be extended on an untimed down if the quarter ends on a defensive play. So in that case, the down would be clocked into the next quarter. I really don't care that much about this. To me, they're really, really reaching right here. Like they're reaching, like they're pulling their arm out of socket. They're reaching so hard right now.
It's hard to disagree with it. I mean, let's say it's the middle of the third quarter and there's a pass interference call. Then the next play is going to be a time play, you know. So.
Yeah, job security, I guess, but I hate this. Thank you all for letting me know we're good on Facebook and YouTube. Mr. Jones, they got a great point. They got to do something about fake injuries, like make the players sit out the remainder of the quarter, or at least. Yes, I mean
let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean if we're talking about wasting time and games taking too long, I mean why not do something about players faking injuries?
The faking injury thing, like, Ole Miss has done it, but Ole Miss is not the only team to do it in college football. So many teams throughout the league does it. Like, you're in a big run, fake an injury. Hold everybody up, and you're going to lay there for 2 to 5 minutes at least. Killing time. Enough to let everybody regroup. I believe, myself, honestly, if you get injured, I think you should set out at least the next until you get a first down.
Yeah, I mean I agree too.
I don't believe setting out the whole entire drive because that takes everything. Like let's say Hendon Hook.
You don't want. Yeah,
Joe Milton was get hurt, and he wouldn't, and he can come back in the next play after that, and you don't want him set out the entire series. I don't believe in that, but get a first down, bring him back. Make them be like, okay, well, we'll have to go like 3 plays without him if we don't get a first down.
Yeah, I like that, you know, or they've got to use a timeout to get him back, you know, something to that extent. But that's a great point by Mr. Jones because they want to punish, you know, the game for the time, and it's not the game's fault. I mean, the rule number 3, this is the worst one of all of them, running clock. So according to this rule, the clock will continue to run after an offense gains a first down, except inside of 2 minutes of the half. Under the old rule, obviously, the game clock stopped when the team gained a first down. Then the clock restarted when the offense was awarded the first down.
I don't like it. It's the NFL rule, honestly. It is the NFL rule. I mean, NFL, you get a first down, clock keeps running. That's how it's always been. NFL, and what's crazy about NFL, though, is they do that and the games are longer, but that's because they have more commercials and longer commercials. College, that's going to change up the whole entire strategy of how you play the game in college. It's going to set up like a typical NFL strategy because you're no longer playing like, okay, you get a first down. When the ball is placed on the ground and the referees call it, then the clock continues. Now it's going to be first down, they don't stop. That's a whole new ball game because college a lot of times comes down to time management. You run through time management. It don't matter if it's 9 minutes, 10 minutes to go in a game. You're doing time management through that game, especially that last 4 minutes of a game usually. That's a management drive situation, and it's just not for offense. It's not defense. I mean, it's for the offense too, because if the offense gets that ball back, we can get a first down, and the clock's going to stop. That means we can run up, get a play going, and we can hike the ball, and we can go downfield. That ain't the case no more. Now you get a first down, and it's like, well, what do we do? Timeout. or we're gonna have to like pull out some different strategy plays. No more like slant routes, post routes, and stuff like that, or corner routes to get the out of bounds or to get the short coverage. You're gonna have to play the long route.
Yeah, I mean, they're with this rule, they're simply taking away what makes college football different than the NFL. And they're ruining it, in my opinion. The problem isn't that the game's taking too long. The problem is that their damn commercials take too long. You know, after every kickoff, here comes the man with the time clock. 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, whatever. I mean, the commercial is the problems, but they don't care about that. It's all about the commercial money. So, just sacrificing the game people love, the players. They're sacrificing everything just for the sake of commercials.
I do agree with Luke. I do agree with Luke, but the way I see it is, commercials do bring in the money. They bring in the everything. Like without commercials, without advertisement, without seeing WVIK on a Knoxville TV station at least, like you ain't gonna have the money to do an All-State commercial. You ain't gonna have the money to put on this football game.
Well, I mean,
so I understand the commercial aspect, but
yeah, I mean that's fine, but just leave the game alone or charge more, charge more for commercial, time if that's the issue, but don't take away everything that makes college football just to make the game shorter when the actual game is not what's making the game long. It's your commercials that's making the game long. This hurts Tennessee bad, too, because you're going to have these teams that love to milk the clock. And they're just, I mean, you get like a Nick Saban or something. I mean, that's all he's going to do is just sit there and just milk the clock. And they're not going to want to give Tennessee the football. So I really do. I hate this. Let us know in the comments what you all think about that. Let's see. Let's before we get in the next subject, let's read some of these comments. What are they saying on TikTok? We've been kind of ignoring them. We have to do a separate platform.
Oh, we could always do that.
Let's see. Hey, what's up, Terry?
That's a whole lot simpler. Oh,
hey, what's up, man?
TJ's on there.
Hey, TJ.
What's up, TJ?
Hey, we're trying. They won't let us do a third-party stream with TikTok for whatever reason, some sort of TikTok issue. So we just got y'all on a random phone over there. So you're kind of getting ignored.
We've been talking to somebody from China all week, and we're not kidding either about that ordeal.
Hey, what's up, Frank? Thanks for joining, man.
Frankie in there?
Mm-hmm.
What'd he say?
High school is just as bad when you're a high-paced team against someone that's not going to use it early in the season. Then he said he agreed. He agreed with me. It's part of the game. It's clutch moments for football. Mr. Jones, just to have to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Yeah, I just don't want to have to, why change it? It actually helps Tennessee because the defense will not have to be out there as long. The offense goes fast regardless. It don't help the defense if the offense can just sit there and just keep running it and running it and running it.
What's that comment about?
How that would hurt teams or Tennessee if you have a Nick Saban, like the offense coordinator he brought in, like they're pro style. They're just gonna. I mean, the continuous clock run is gonna help them because they're just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna want to give Tennessee the ball back, so they're just gonna sit there and just run it out.
Yeah, that's what I worry is. The game's gonna be a lot, and that's what they want. They want the game to be faster because people's attention spans nowadays is sorry, but it's focused on 15-second TikToks or 15-minute YouTube highlights. A lot of people nowadays have cut the cord, and if you cut the cord from cable and you don't want to watch cable TV, then you don't have access to football, basketball, baseball, and then you watch a 15-minute highlight video on YouTube of the game, and it's going to get to a point to where sports is in trouble at the moment. I mean, they're making more money than ever, but 10 years from now, I don't know where sports is going to be just because people keeps cutting the cord.
Yeah, they're sacrificing the game for their own benefit, and it's not the game's fault. It's you all being money hungry, and I mean that's what the problem is.
It was like what I was talking the other day about it. As at the Lily Pad Brewery, just talking, and like my buddies is like, yeah, I don't have cable TV no more. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, and then they added everything up. And they's like, well, I'm paying $215 a month in subscription services, but you cut the cord from cable TV, so you have no access to sports or nothing no more. And they're like, and then they're the ones that's, and that Frankie and Austin like is watching this, like they can watch my account all they want to. I don't care, but for anybody else, my buddies will be like, hey, can I use your YouTube TV? Can I use your ESPN Plus to watch these sports games? And I'm like, no, you cannot. You want to watch it, you pay for that $75 for the cable subscription. You watch it your own self.
Yeah, everything's changing. Apparently, there's a protest, a boycott from college football players, the College Football Players Association. The video game every college football fan has been begging for. NCAA football was supposed to be released last year. Hell, I went and bought a brand new PS5 just for the release. Well, actually, that would be this year, but they delay it. After announcing it would make its debut in 2022, but the last time we saw this game was when
2014,
and so basically all this is instead of playing like with number 7 for the Tennessee Volunteers, you would actually be playing with Joe Milton. So, which is awesome, Plus, for example, Joe Milton would be paid for his name, what he looks like, and
his likeness,
and people like how much he's liked. Man, so the College Football Players Union is currently advising players to boycott the game. So we have controversy once again.
This may go in the next statement that we got in the paper, but I don't believe, until I see it officially, I do not believe we're going to have a college football or basketball game again. It's just, they want money, and when you give them money, they want more money. And I understand you want to be paid for your rights, but what I think you should do, honestly, is you just do like you used to do. Like put 2014, or we'll go back to 2010, Colt McCoy, Texas, or whatever. Don't put him on the game by name. Just put him on the game, but put his rating on the game, but don't put like his face, his name, or anything like that. That's what you should do. But you also got universities holding out for it too. It's not just a player thing; it's a university thing. Like you got I think 10, 11 universities holding out at the moment. Notre Dame's one of them, I think. Clemson's one of them. Like, if college football was come out with a game tomorrow, I would play that game. I played a lot of video games in my life, but that game is number one all time.
It's awesome. I mean, Madden has nothing on it.
Madden, no.
Basically, each player will get $500, and then the game would use their name and their image.
But it's not going to – they don't want that, and if it's not going to work that way, then you got to figure out a solution, because it's not just – and the thing is most of these players that are holding out, they're holding out because they're told to, or they want money. But deep down, every single one of them players, from the fans to the people just sitting here like me and you, want that game back more than any video game they are. That was the game right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's plenty. Like, it's impossible to get – well, I shouldn't say impossible, but, man, if you get each individual player – from each team. I mean, and then you've got to calculate how much each of them are, worth.
Yeah.
I mean, there should probably be some incentive. Like if you're a Heisman Trophy candidate, you should probably get more than the place kicker at UTEP. But like,
but how do you gauge players on the team? Because you can't like put a
right. That's what I'm saying. Not for everybody, but like I think like if you're on the cover, I think you should get more. Than
the cover. Yes.
Yeah, but like,
let's say you're like Central Florida as a let's say you're a cornerback for Central Florida, and you're a cornerback for Tennessee. How do you say that you deserve to make more money than cornerback for Central Florida? That's the problem going on at the moment.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
And for me, man, like. As a player,
it makes you look lower, and then players in college do not want to look lower.
As a player, I would be fine if I was on a video game. Put me on there for free. That's awesome. That was it. Back before all this NIL stuff, that was all the kids' dream. Was like, hey, or part of their dream.
Yeah.
Was I want to be on a video game, and it's estimated the NFL players get between $17,000 and $28,000 a piece, obviously for being on Madden, and they can't. I don't think they can do that.
College can't. College can't do that.
No.
Madden's a different league. Like NFL. Like NFL is, like, I love college. Luke loves college. I love the NFL as much as anybody. Like I watch the NFL solely on Sunday, like 1:00 until NBC goes off at 1:00 in the morning. I'm sitting there watching NFL and NASCAR. But both of them. But Luke's doing the same. But college football in the football world is where it is at.
Yeah, there's nothing like college football. Even going back to the rule changes, like quit messing with it. Just leave it.
But the NFL thing with the video game is college football may be for us. Like college football is the elite level.
Yeah.
But NFL is worldwide. It's not just like a
yeah.
It's not America.
You've got them going overseas and everything to play. So
yeah, you go looking at TV ratings. You got we got
then you've got their
2 million people watching the Ravens game in Australia.
You got jersey sales and it's totally different. So what do you think the solution is?
I don't know if there is a solution, to be honest with you. I don't know if they can work out a solution. I hope they do. I really do hope they do. We're closer now than we was, but I still feel like we were very long distance apart from getting it completed.
Yeah.
Last year, I thought we was pretty close there for a minute, and then it just as time went on, things come out and things got done, and that's how it went.
For me, it's simple. If you don't want to opt in and get your $500, then pass it up. I say you make it that simple. Do you want $500 and do you want to be on a video game, or do you just, still have them make the video game, but your name's not on it, and they're still going to look like you, they're still going to play like you, but your name's not going to be on there. So, they're going to wear the same number as you.
The name was never on the past video games.
Yeah, so
Denard Robinson in 2014 when he was on it with Michigan, his name wasn't on it.
Yeah, to me it's that simple. If you want $500, we'll put your name on a video game. If you don't want $500, then your name's not going to go on there, but it's going to look just like you and it's going to play just like you.
Yeah.
To me, it's that simple. Do they get this worked out? I don't
think so. I don't know. Right now, it's up in the air. I really hope they do, because listen, I'll play Madden, but Madden's always been a boring, I ain't gonna say boring because I do play Madden a lot, but Madden's always been one of those games you just want to play. College football is one of those games you are gonna play.
Yeah.
You're gonna play that all the time.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm kind of iffy, but I think they do get it worked out. I think they better get it worked out, but
And until I see it announced officially, I don't believe it.
I've already announced it officially twice,
and I still didn't believe it both times. And I told you that the last time I said I did not believe it.
I mean, I think I think they're so far in the process that they're going to make something work. I even think if teams don't want to do it, I can't remember. They had a list of the teams that didn't want to do it.
Clemson, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
There's like 11, 12, 13, 14 of them or
The
whatever.
hell with them. Like, don't put them on the game. You know what I mean? Like, okay, then your team's not going to be featured, and that's going to hurt recruiting, and it's going to hurt
I disagree with that because if you want to have a college football game, for myself, I want every team on there.
But I would rather have a game.
Like, you remember when they used to put the FCS teams on there?
Yeah.
Like, you'd have Tennessee Tech, you'd have Samford University, Samford University, NCA&T, you'd have Yale, Harvard,
but
Princeton.
Did you ever play with them though?
I did.
Did
I'd take them to like I'd go to start the season. I'd like switch them like Division 1A, and I'd be like, I'm playing with Princeton all season.
For me, I would rather have a game without Clemson and Notre Dame, and than I would just not having a game at all. I would rather have an NCAA 2023, 2024.
There's nothing like taking
with Tennessee on there and playing all the SEC. I don't think any SEC teams are against it.
There's nothing like taking the worst ranked team in college football video game, like New Mexico State or UTEP or I don't even know, like Miami, Ohio, ranked 128th in the nation, and taking them and just winning every game and winning a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, I like the mascots personally, but greedy people, man. I don't know. That's what's wrong with the world, I guess. You ready to do this giveaway?
Yeah, we got the giveaway going on.
Let's see.
If you're in TikTok is it TikTok or Facebook both? Or?
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I'm not seeing any. We're on Twitter as well, but I'm not seeing any Twitter comments, if there even is any. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok right now are the three that we are, I guess, streaming from. We're about to do a giveaway. Let's see. Kimberly asked earlier about the rule change. Do you think this rule will create more spikes of the ball? I agree.
I do.
You're going to have to.
I do think it will.
But then again, if it's inside 2 minutes, then the clock's still going to do what it used to do. So maybe not. Jacob says 100,000 plus seats, $250 a ticket. If you're not a season ticket holder, it's plenty of money for the school. They got money. Mr. Jones, we just got to stop the run, which we are good at under guard. Yes, we're very good at stopping the run. Let's see. Mr. Jones said it would be cool if Madden had an ADD on of SEC to play NFL versus SEC matchups.
You know, that's funny. For the longest time, like 10 years ago, I was like, what would happen if Alabama faced Tom Brady and the New England Patriots? Like, what would happen? Who would win that game? That was like the biggest like fantasy 10 years ago. Like, who would win that game? Like, nobody would ever know, but it was a dang good question.
I would say, man, some of them Alabama teams back in the day could have gave some NFL teams all they wanted.
That 2012 Alabama team, daggum.
Yeah, it was elite. It was elite. I love doing giveaways, but we're gonna do this weekly. Hopefully, we're looking for sponsorships. So we haven't really branched out much, but we actually got our weekend recap took care of last night. But we need someone for our giveaway and then our weekly interviews, and we're getting some really good interviews with great Tennessee players. We've got former players coming on as well. We've got coaches that might be coming on. So we're needing some sponsors for them too. But again, I'm going to do a giveaway per week. The plan is to have some live shows weekly along with our pre-recorded shows. We have to figure out a punishment, though. I forgot about that.
A punishment?
Yeah, because when we do our predictions, when football season starts, we've got to have a punishment for the loser. I mean, we more than likely we know it's going to be Spanky, which, by the way, he just got bonded out of jail today.
And married.
So not, but
he's married, got out of jail.
What punishment are we talking here for?
Kid in the way.
Let us know in the comment who, what should the loser have to do? Whoever comes in last place for the predictions, our college football predictions.
So we
do
do
some NFL games.
Are we doing this week by week, or are we doing this in the season?
I don't know. I think it would be funny to do it week by week.
I mean, we can do it week by week because I'm going to be number one. I'm going to beat that ass all year. It don't matter. But
I mean, I got confidence in you beating Spanky. I don't know about the Vol Daddy, though.
I'll beat the Vol Daddy and Spanky both. I'm the undisputed champion over here.
What's up, Jesse? Hey, Ronnie. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Ronnie,
let us know what we need to do out here.
Ronnie says sing karaoke while getting tased with a stun gun.
I can sing karaoke. I don't know about the stun gun.
Dalton says Waffle House challenge. You're gonna have to. You know what that is? Inform us, Dalton, because I'm not sure.
I've been to Waffle House a lot and late nights. So
yeah, I love Waffle House. Franklin says one chip challenge. That's definitely kind of been a thing. I kind of want to do something different though. Jesse says, God, I wish Coach Chris was still here. He would have loved it. Yes, he would have definitely been on the show. We've got some good ones though. Charlie Garner is coming on the show. So that's a huge name. We've had talkings with Jay Graham to be on the show. So got some good ones. Craig Coquelet, met him today. Super Bowl champion. Obviously, everybody knows his sons. Dustin.
He may be on the show here soon.
Yeah, he may be on the show. He's talked about wanting to come on. So you never know. Let's see. Let me go. I forgot my mouse and I'm struggling.
We're so unprepared here, folks. Like
we done better than I thought we was gonna do, though.
We done pretty good for some old Morgan County folks.
Dalton says loser spends 24 hours at Waffle House and you shed an hour off for every waffle you can eat. Oh, I do like that one. I'm writing that one down.
What is it?
Hell, I might lose on purpose, Dalton. Let me see that pen over there.
What is it? Like, what's the challenge?
You got to go to Waffle House. You got to spend 24 hours there. And then for every waffle you can eat, you get an hour took off that 24 hours. I'm writing that down.
I could do that.
I bet I could. I can pound down some waffles, I bet.
You want to bet?
Corbin,
wait.
I know I could out-eat you.
I can out-drink you.
I don't know about that. Let's see. Loser has to sing the fight song of their most hated rival.
Notre Dame.
Do you like that one or no?
Notre Dame.
You do like that?
That's a good one.
We're going to write that one down, too.
Does Notre Dame have like a damn... Like, they even have a song to sing or something like that?
I have no idea.
I guess I could hum it. I could hum it all.
You got to quote the Rudy. Let's see. Wayne Starn says should play for 10 you daddies. That's when you look at the loser and say who beat that ass. They have to answer you daddy.
There we go.
Jesse says the loser has to do the next episode with a Tim's unit that turns on at random times.
With a what?
A Tim's unit.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's like the thing that shocks you or whatever. Am I wrong here?
That's some kinky stuff out
Yeah,
there.
Jesse's into the kink. Dalton, the real question is, what would your approach be? Like, what would you shoot for at Waffle House? Yeah, man, I like that one a lot. I don't know.
We could do the Waffle House one.
I like the Waffle
So you
House.
set that for 24 hours unless you eat 24 waffles.
Mister says you got to sing the song at the Waffle House. It's a double whammy. So do you think we should do a weekly
We'll do a weekly.
loser?
We'll do a weekly. What we will do? We'll do a weekly loser. We'll do like a. How many picks you want to do each week? 10.
We'll pick like the top.
Top 10.
We'll pick like the top college football games and probably pick I don't know, a couple NFL games or something. We might go like 12 or I don't know, something like that. JC says you are right. He is into the kink.
That's funny.
So any more suggestions for the punishment? If not, we're gonna go ahead and do this giveaway. We've been on for. Where did that go? I just seen 2 hours and 31 minutes.
It's a long show this week.
Long show.
But we are at the beautiful Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase.
Yeah, it is packed. It's been steady nonstop. People flowing through.
Tennessee players over there, they got a line backed up. About for every one of them over there getting an autograph.
Let's say it's 2:15. So yeah, there's still about 3 hours left here. If any of y'all are around Pigeon Forge, I would come to the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center.
It's free. It's a free
admission.
entry, and $10 to get an autograph.
Yep.
You get an autograph of anything you want personal, or you can just have them sign like a picture for you and like a picture you can autograph and take a picture with them. I mean, it's current former players.
Mini helmets of every team you could think of. College, NFL, got full-size NFL helmets. I see some college helmets too. Playing cards, footballs.
Well, they got Patrick Mahomes' autograph over there for sale.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on. Jesse says we should put the punishment in a hat and draw it out. That is a good idea too.
That's a great idea.
Because we could just come up with a bunch.
That's a good idea because you don't know what you're going to expect. Like, you may be able to get, like, the weakest punishment, or you could get, like, the worst punishment. Like, I like that idea. We need some weak ones, and we need some good ones. Like, I want to know if my ass is going to be whooped the next day, or I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a pretty easy one.
Yeah, we definitely got to record the punishment as well. All right, man, we might have... Not 100%. We might have DJ Jefferson, Tennessee basketball player, coming on. If we do, we might go relive or something. But he's got a pretty big line over there. He is supposed to come on. Franklin says, "Spin the wheel of punishment." That's pretty good too. We could definitely get this
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, we'll get some sort of game wheel and just rewrite.
I tried out for Wheel of Fortune one time. They wouldn't take me.
Sad.
I went to Ashland instead. they had a Ashland show and a Wheel of Fortune show set up beside each other that day, different buildings. And I was like, I didn't want to try a Wheel of Fortune. They're like, yeah, you can't have any show. And I was like, well, screw you. I'm going to go watch Ashland.
All right, so let's hit them with a. Ronnie says Wheel of Disfortune.
Ronnie and Frankie's got them going on right now.
They got it going, but I like the Waffle House challenge. Is the best.
We'll do this. The first punishment we'll ever do will be the Waffle House challenge, and then we'll take Frankie and Ronnie's idea of doing drawing or spinning to determine what the punishment is. That's a good idea. That's a dang good idea. I know I'm not going to lose, so it's going to be Luke all the time.
It's going to be Spanky. The Val Daddy don't lose.
Spanky, he ain't even here.
I know we can't count on Spanky.
He is waiting in line at the next gentleman's club to get indoors. He said they open at 5:30. I'm first in line to get in.
Yeah, I heard he was at Club XYZ tonight.
I heard he got married this morning.
He did get married. Yeah,
He got arrested too.
His old lady bonded him out of jail and straight to the courthouse, baby.
Straight to the courthouse, gonna marry him, and he's going straight to the gentleman's club.
Yeah, I reckon they're gonna have a baby too.
He doing it all in one day.
Oh, he just
I appreciate you, Spank. I appreciate you. You doing everything for us over here.
that jail time's really got to him. He's lonely, baby.
Nobody done jail time like Spanky has.
Jesse says, Luke, sorry I didn't make it to the 49ers. Yeah, you really let me down on that one, buddy. I forgot about that. All right, so let's do this giveaway. Corbin is going to check the TikTok comments. I'm going to check the YouTube and Facebook comments. The first one that comes through that we see, you will be the winner of... Forgot what I always even. I know we got a Tony Vitello signed baseball. We've got hats. We've got NFL cards, MLB cards, decals, koozies, all in there. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens. Ronnie says she wouldn't bond him out if he didn't agree to marry her. Yeah. They find a way to get what they want. All right. So here's the question. First one to comment wins. Prior to Tony Vitello, when was the last time that Tennessee baseball went to the College World Series? Very easy question. Prior to Tony Vitello, when was the last time that Tennessee baseball went to the College World Series? Hopefully it's working. 96 is wrong. Prior to Tony Vitello. 95 is wrong. Thank you for the comment, Wayne.
Who was the last
Prior
Tennessee
to
manager to go to the College World Series before Tony Vitello?
1995 is
What year?
wrong. Prior to Tony Vitello, when was the last time Tennessee baseball went to the College World Series? Dalton got it. It's 2005. So congratulations, Dalton. Let me find what all was in there. So congratulations, Dalton. I cannot find that paper. I'm unprofessional. There it is. All right, so Dalton wins 2 Volunteer Club koozies, a Tony Vitello decal, a Volunteer Club decal, a pack of first edition 1891 to 1990 Tennessee football cards. He wins a hat, a pack of Panini Select draft pick NFL cards. He wins a Vol Daddy decal that he better put on like his front windshield of his vehicle. And Dalton wins a Tony Vitello signed baseball. So I think Dalton is at the beach or on his way to the beach. So we will have that ready for you, and we'll keep that Tony V baseball in good hands. Let's see, we've got 5. My son is named after Pat Summit. His name is Summit. Do you all care to give him a shout out? We are from Asheville, North Carolina. What's the name on it? Fireman's wife. Hey, what's up, Summit? That's an awesome name, man.
Awesome name. Hey.
Yeah,
Legend. You're named after a legend.
Yeah.
One of the greatest coaches in the history of sports.
Big shoes to fill, but that is awesome. I've named some animals after Tennessee people, but I never got to name a kid, so that's very cool. So, thanks for watching, Summit. All right, 100% that decal will be prominently displayed. I love it. All right, y'all. Well, if we didn't expect this many people to be here, so we've got players lined up. Not sure if we're going to get to them, though, because their line is very long. So we're going to try our best. We might end up coming back on here and going live again. But thank you all for watching. I hope it wasn't too horrible.
Turn your Facebook notifications on, TikTok notifications on, Twitter on for us, YouTube. Just turn all the any social media platform you're watching us on right now. Turn the notifications on because you never know when we may go live. We got Tennessee football players every week. We have a weekly interview with a current Tennessee football athlete. Football, right now it's football season. Next basketball will be basketball season. We'll have the basketball on. Baseball next season. We'll have baseball on. We can't do it right now. They're pretty busy at the moment. But like today, we'll have random ones too. You don't know. We may have DJ Jefferson come over here in just a minute. And he may do a live interview and may sit down with us for 20 minutes. And if you want to hear DJ Jefferson, and if you want to ask him some questions in a live chat during that interview, turn them notifications on, and you can ask DJ Jefferson or anybody that we get to come over here from Tennessee football or athletics. Right here.
Yep, you got Dylan Sampson here. You've got Jalen Wright here. Like you said, DJ Jefferson. You've got Abby Eckler, which is a volleyball player, but that's Coach Eckler's daughter, outside linebacker, special teams coach. Got Craig Colquitt here. I mean, a lot of big names. So, yeah, we appreciate y'all for listening, and I hope it wasn't too bad, but thank y'all.